about this. You said you have not seen the movie in its entirety either, nor have you read the book. I don't think most people have, but we are going with what we are reading and what we are hearing and what we are seeing.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't want to comment too much on that. But given the response of owner Nets Joe Tsai, given the response of the reporting of the film and the book itself, it just seems like once again this is pretty consistent with what Kyrie Irving has done over the last 5 years, and that is fail to stay out of the media with negative news. Yeah. Just shining a negative light on himself once again.
Pat, I think when you hear about Kyrie, and also this is off the heels of what the formerly artist known as Kanye West said, which we know got him in a whole lot of hot water. And my God, did he go from a multi-billionaire to, not making billions anymore. And we know all the endorsements that he lost. We know what happened to his academy. So this is not the time to be putting any marginalized group in that kind of spotlight, particularly coming from Kyrie when we know the comments he's made. We know being the voice for the voiceless when he was making over $30 million a year. Kyrie Irving with the comments about comparing himself to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., saying the earth is flat, saying that reporters are pawns, which, by the way, I have no problem with because we also know there are reporters in this industry that are in some of these athletes' pockets. We're well aware of this. So actually, he wasn't too off base there, but the fact that he said it, that's not something typically the pro athletes say. Pat, I know we're a little up against it, but my question for you, what do you believe the appropriate discipline should be for Kyrie Irving? Because to this point, and it's almost been 24 hours now since this story has circulated, there has been nothing in that form.
I have belief. My assumption is that he's not going to be suspended.
It's crazy, right?
If he's going to be fined, I'm not sure if it's even going to be made public. I think this is going to be kept in-house. They probably have already had a discussion. My guess is he will speak with the media tonight after they play the Pacers. He'll ask questions on that.
He's not going to answer a damn question about that.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I'm sure.
Think he keeps his mouth shut. He's thanking his lucky stars if he has the ability to still play in this league, given what we are aware of and given what has transpired the last 24 hours with the specific, tweeting that he did.
Yeah, my guess is that they've already had a discussion, Joe Tsai and Kyrie Irving. There has already been potential punishment handed out in-house.
Right.
I don't think he's going to be suspended. He'll play. And if he is going to talk to the media, I'm sure that he has been, kind of said what to and what to not say.
Sure.
Kind of been coached up on.
Doesn't mean he's going to follow it. It's Kyrie Irving.
That is true. That doesn't mean he's going to follow it.
Yeah.
But I think this is going to be largely handled in-house.
That's a fair perspective. Billy believes there should be some form of, suspension. You believe there's going to be no suspension. I believe it's going to be somewhere in the middle, a very heavy fine. They do need to make it public. We're a little up against it. We're going to continue to take your Kyrie Irving calls. Going to put a little bow on a potential classic when it comes to the World Series. Game 1 was phenomenal. I believe that is a sign of many things to come. But before we do that, let's get to our latest CBS Sports Radio update. Here's Pat Boyle.
CBS Sports Radio. Sports Flash.
All right, Shep, we just hit on the Kyrie Irving news. Nets host the Pacers tonight in Brooklyn at 7:30. Assuming Kyrie is made available to the media after the game, it will likely be the first public comments we get from him regarding this issue. NBA action kicks off later today at 6 Eastern. Some of the marquee games tonight. 76ers in Chicago to take on the Bulls with both teams off to underwhelming starts. Joel Embiid sat out last night with a sore right knee. He is a game-time decision tonight, along with Bulls star Zach LaVine, who also sat out last night for load management in their loss to the Spurs. Also, the 4-1 Hawks in Milwaukee to take on the undefeated Bucks. Switch over to the World Series after the miraculous comeback last night from 5-0 down to win 6-5. Phillies and Astros preparing for Game 2 tonight in Houston. Philadelphia fully leaning into the team of destiny mantra, and their star Bryce Harper said last night after the win, they have made it clear that losing is not an option for this team.
That's our message to everybody. I mean, to ourselves inside that dugout. We just got to keep plugging along, no matter what the score is, what we're doing. Got to keep going, playing the 27 outs, and making sure we get it done.
World Series Game 2 tonight at 8:03 Eastern. On to college football for the opening window of games here in Week 9, where we have a couple of early upset alerts. Number 2, Ohio State, once again without star wide receiver Jackson Smith and Jigba, trailing number 13 Penn State in Happy Valley 14-13 just before half, and it actually has just hit halftime. Also, Notre Dame on the road leading number 16 Syracuse 14-7. That one also just before the half. And now number 7 unbeaten TCU. They were in some trouble on the road in Morgantown. They have just scored a touchdown to go ahead of West Virginia, 28-21, with just a couple of seconds remaining in the first half. Later today, some of the big games. Florida on the road to take on number 1 unbeaten Georgia. That's at 3:30 Eastern. Bo Nix and number 8 Oregon off of a huge win last week in Cal at 3:30 Eastern as well. A couple of ranked teams in the Big 12. Number 9 Oklahoma State at number 22 Kansas State at 3:30. Finally, some NFL news ahead of Week 8 tomorrow. Bucs linebacker Shaq Barrett confirmed as a torn Achilles. He's out for the rest of the year. Jets wide receiver Corey Davis out versus the Patriots. And Ezekiel Elliott unlikely to play for the Cowboys tomorrow against the Bears. I'm Pat Boyle.
CBS Sports Radio. When the game ends, we're just getting started. Stay with us for complete post-game coverage after the game on WKTY.
Buying a home? Rocket Mortgage will cover 1% of your rate for the first year at no cost to you, saving you hundreds, even thousands with Inflation Buster. For example, if you lock a 7% rate today, you'll only pay 6% for a year. That means more road trips, more date nights, more front row seats. Every month for a year, and your rate is secured for 30 years. Now imagine if rates drop within 3 years of your home purchase and you get exclusive savings when you refinance at...
Hope you enjoyed your meal. And I just want to say, he's lucky to have a brother like you.
Lucky? Caring for my brother is far from easy. Waking up every day, lifting him from the bed to the wheelchair to the car to get him to therapy on time, it's no small task between the doctors and the diagnosis, but nothing can disable this love. This is my big brother, my hero. He's part of me, like my arms and legs. So I'll be his. See, there's no time for tired. This starts again tomorrow. He'll be waiting for me. I wake up for him. I know he needs me, but I'm the lucky one. Even though I need help now and then.
If you're caring for a loved one, visit aarp.org/caregiving for care guides and community, or call 877-333-5885. Caregiving Resource Center. Support for your strength. Brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
WKTY has been your home for UWL football for over 70 years. A tradition that continues today.
Nice jump cut move, and he's into the end zone for the touchdown.
Every Saturday, from non-conference play to late-season conference rivalries to the D3 playoffs, UWL plays here.
Intercepted on the play, and that's a pick 6 for the Eagles.
Let's head to the field and join the voice of college football on WKTY, Drew Kelly.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome into college football on WKTY 96.7 FM and 580 AM. Drew Kelly live with you here this afternoon from J.J. Keller Field at Titan Stadium in Oshkosh, Wisconsin for a pivotal WIAC matchup featuring your UW Crosse Eagles and the UW-Oshkosh Titans. So glad you can tune in on WKTY, also streaming live on WKTYsports.com/video, the WKTY app, and around River City on Roku and Apple TV. Terry Erickson joining me here this week again. And Terry, obviously things shifted a little bit just after we got off the air last week over the Stevens Point win. UW-Whitewater falling to Platteville. That just opens up the possibilities as we come down the home stretch of this 2022 season.
Well, as Art Fahey announced that score just as we were finishing at Roger Herring Stadium, all the way into the parking lot, a sense of euphoria, like the Warhawks got beat. I think it demonstrates two things. One, it demonstrates the strength of the WIAC, which we all know, we all talk about in all sports. And number two, it demonstrates that there are trap games on everyone's schedule. And for the Eagles, I am just hoping that here this afternoon, on a Picasso day, a picture day that is like, you got to be kidding me.
Yeah.
As if Picasso painted it.
Yep.
That's how beautiful it is here. I just hope the Eagles don't, it isn't a trap game for them. There is concern about that. with many of us from lacrosse.
Yeah, now you take a look at the last 3 games of this schedule. You got 3 top 25 ranked teams starting today with Oshkosh. And the main focus going to be Kobe Berghammer, a junior, can really do it all, both with the arm and on the ground as well.
When you look at players to watch, he certainly is in neon lights in my mind about somebody that I am going to pay close attention to. 22 touchdowns, 16 with his arm and 6 with his legs. I mean, you got to be kidding me.
Yep.
There's a package that everyone will probably be watching here this afternoon.
And on the other side for UWL, they get their running quarterback back here this afternoon. Kaiser Helterbrand back in action. Got to be a big boost to that offense.
Absolutely. He could have played sparingly as in an emergency situation last week, but Coach Matt Janisch held him out. And I just look for him to come back 100% here this afternoon. Certainly, to me, that adds another dimension. He is so spectacular in the running game that, I mean, you have a quarterback like that, everybody's on defense has to be aware of him.
3 consecutive 300-yard games on the ground for the Eagles. They hope to put up similar numbers against a very stout Oshkosh defense. Kickoff coming your way at 1:05. We had a chance to speak with head coach Matt Janisch yesterday morning before they left for Oshkosh, and you'll hear that conversation coming your way next. This is college football on WKTY.
When you feel that crispness in the air, it can only mean one thing. You're ready for football at Nutbush City Limits. Catch college and NFL games at Nutbush all season long. The only thing better than the crispness in the air is a cold beer touching your lips. Get domestic buckets for just $11 at the Bush, or grab yourself a 2-topping pizza with a domestic pitcher for only $22. When you're ready for some football, go to Nutbush City Limits. New building, same old bar. Come as you are, off Highway 35 and Onalaska to Nutbush City Limits.
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to the pregame show. Drew Kelly speaking with head coach of the Eagles, Matt Janisch. Matt, a great win for your guys last week against Stevens Point. Offense really roared out of the gate. Looking back on film, what were your overall takeaways of the game?
Yeah, I think we just did such a good job establishing our run game early on and being able to get that thing moving down the field, and obviously some big runs and some big chunks early. So certainly that helps. Obviously thought Cade made some really good throws, really good touchdown passes. I thought we did just a phenomenal job on offense, had a really good game plan. And then, on the defense side of the ball, gave us a lot of different stuff, which we thought and we kind of knew. So there was some adjustments that we had to make throughout the game. They caught us in a few. I mean, one thing was one blitz they caught us in that we just didn't rep enough. It's not really the kid's fault. It's my fault as the play caller. The right blitz, it just wasn't practiced enough. And then we missed another blitz pass. So we had to fix some of those things this week on the defense side of the ball.
As far as Cade, obviously first time that he got the predominant snaps, obviously with Kaiser being injured. What did you think of his performance, just being in a different position than sometimes he's been in previously?
Yeah, I think at times it's different. It's obviously different from what we did this year, but, we've called on Cade to lead us time and time again, and he did it last year a few times, and so we kind of knew it, kind of expected it. I know that's, I know that feels like I'm kind of putting a lot on the kid where you say, well, 5 touchdowns is expected. Well, yeah, it is with Cade. And just the arm and what he can do on the offensive side of the ball, his confidence that he has in himself, his confidence that he has within our scheme, and how close him and Coach McGuire are. So really, I know that's kind of being it's like, geez, coach, but really expected from Cade.
As far as how the game went, obviously got a lot of new kids in there, guys that got some of their first touchdowns of their careers. Something you don't get to do a whole lot on the road, just given the roster that you're able to keep at home. What was that experience like? Kind of getting.
Well, it was excited to just be together as a team. Because when we go on the road, we can only take 60, so we played 2 straight on the road. So we weren't able to celebrate. We weren't able to be together as a full team, and then to be able to come back home in that type of atmosphere with all of our guys together is pretty special. And then as the game goes on, we started to to get more guys reps and more guys come in. Every quarterback on our roster played. Every running back on our roster got a carry. Every receiver played. Our second O-line, I'm almost like, hey, I wanted to get more guys in on defense, but the second O-line they kept the ball for, I think, 7 minutes in the fourth quarter, and we were able to see, I think we had 4 guys on our team catch their first touchdown pass. So it's pretty exciting. It's pretty cool to see. It's cool to see, one, the development of the guys, and it's also, I think, for them, a lot of those guys have been working really hard on scout team, and it's not noticeable. You don't see them. They don't get stats on Saturday afternoon. So to see, kind of all their hard work from the season kind of pay off, and to get to see, Tyler Bowman smile after he scores his first touchdown is pretty cool.
As far as the offense overall, you guys have scored 30 points plus going back to the Whitewater game. Do you think your offense is in a groove that you want it to be going down the stretch, or still things to kind of fine tune?
I think there's always things you find, but yeah, I think they're in a groove. I think Coach McGuire right now he understands our personnel, he understands what our team's about, and he's just using that, and he's doing such a phenomenal job. And him and Coach McGlenn together are doing such a great job in the run game. We've rushed for 300 yards in 3 straight WIAC games. I mean, that's not easy to do. Yeah, it's not easy to do. So I think they're just hitting it right now. They got like a really good feel, and with the veteran group that's returned a lot of guys, I think Coach McGuire knew that from day one. Knew about our personnel, knew what we wanted to be in, knew the formations, and he's also kept it simple for our guys. He's not doing anything crazy where it's slowing our guys down. Our guys have a tremendous amount of confidence in him and what they're doing and what their assignments are, and in turn they're playing really, really fast.
The 92 championship team obviously was there to greet you guys out of the tunnel. Did they have any interaction with some of those guys? Or I know you did after the game as well. What was kind of soaking up?
Yeah, no, we talked so much about our past here and the tradition of UW lacrosse football. We have all through camp. We spent a lot of time on it. Our guys actually spent a lot of time interviewing. They phone called some guys and just to get to know about the past. And because I think that's important. Our vision of this football program is to win our 34th conference title and our 4th national championship. But as I told the guys before, how do you win 34-4 if you don't know about 33-3? So we spent a lot of time with that, and so our guys are really proud of the tradition that we have here, because our tradition has created the expectation of winning here, and that's pretty cool when you have an athletic department, when you have alumni that carry those kind of expectations for your football program. That's where you want to be. So they had some interaction with those guys. Our captains were able to, kind of get to talk to before the game with Mary Herring and Laura Christensen. So that was kind of really cool for them. And then to obviously run through them and to see, 50 of them lined up before the game to be able to run through, our present team running through the past is pretty special. It's pretty special.
As far as this next 3-week stretch, and obviously it's a 1 week at a time mentality for you guys, but this is kind of a crazy 3-game stretch, 3 top 25 teams, obviously 2 thankfully at home for you guys, but are you almost approaching it as kind of playoff mode at this point, or are you trying not to kind of amplify what it is?
No, it is. I think sometimes coaches try to hide stuff. It is. We are in playoff mode, and we have been since week 4, or from week 5. We have been. We know what they got to do. They know what the plan is laid out for them, and it doesn't get easy. This is like you said, this is a gauntlet right now. We are going to go through 3 ranked teams to finish the year. But that's our league. I mean, that's our conference. It's the best Division III conference in college football for a reason. It's not going to be blowouts every single weekend in this league. And you're going to get really good coaches. You're going to get really good players. And it starts tomorrow with Oshkosh.
Speaking of Oshkosh, 4-3, but a very talented team. First off, on offense, what do you guys have to kind of look out for when you're on defense?
Yeah, their quarterback. He's going to be the guy. It feels like he's been doing this forever. He's only a junior, which sucks. But he's one of the best in the country. He's a tremendous athlete, first and foremost. It's going to feel like we're going against Kaiser at times. It feels like we're going to have, he's got that kind of speed. He's got that kind of athleticism. He's a big guy, and he's not afraid of contact. And then he's got a rocket of an arm, too, with that. And he's got two really good receivers on the outside to get that ball off to. So we got to keep him contained. We got to confuse him. We got to bottle him up some way, somehow, and try to force him to force throws. We got to try to force him to flush out of the pocket to a waiting defensive lineman or linebacker. So we got to got to play really well on defense. Got to have explosive plays on defense. We got to find ways to get TFLs, to get sacks, to get them off schedule. Got to find ways to force turnovers.
And then on their defensive side, there's been a lot of low-scoring games for them going into this week. What do you see from them on defense? What are some of the things on offense you guys have to look out for?
Yeah, I think everybody's going to kind of see their defense. I mean, they're going to put guys everywhere, essentially. It's going to look like there's guys everywhere. They're going to force offenses to drive the ball down the field. They're going to force you to have to go on 12, 13, 14, 15 play drives in order to score touchdowns. And then when you move that ball all the way down the field, they're probably one of the best red zone defenses in the country. So you got to work all the way down the field. And then when you get to about the 15-yard line, that's when the work's going to get the hardest. So we got to be really, really patient on the offensive side of the ball, and we got to score points in the red zone. You got to find ways to score touchdowns in the red zone. So I think our coaches got a good game plan coming up, drawn up. But like I said, it's a really tough defense. We got to be really, really patient with what we do. We can't force throws. We can't get impatient because they're forcing us to drive. So we got to be able to possess the ball on offense. We got to be able to keep it, 35 to 40-minute range on offense, keep it away from them, and go on these drives.
Just as a last quick note here, as far as the injury status of Kaiser and some of these other guys, it was a fairly healthy season for you guys up until a couple of weeks ago. Things have been a little bit struggled since then, but as far as health-wise, how was everything look?
Yeah, Kaiser's going to be good. He's all good at this point, so he's been practicing. He's been practicing for the last 2 weeks. Just trying to make sure that thing doesn't get worse. He's done a phenomenal job along with our training staff of getting that thing rehabbed and getting that thing ready to go. And then, outside of that, I look around at our team. It's really the big one right now would be Jake Shara, and he hasn't played since the non-conference or since Whitewater because he broke his finger, and that thing keeps shifting around. The bone keeps shifting around, so we're kind of just stuck waiting on that and his pain tolerance, and really just doctors are kind of making sure that thing's not going to be messed up for the rest of his life.
That is head coach of the Eagles, Matt Janis. Terry's keys to the game and kickoff coming your way next. This is college football.
If you like to talk smack, then don't miss the Jim Rome Show.
If a fighter loses by decision, he has to stand in the middle of the octagon while the sound system plays a thundering, booming rendition of Finish Him, while the winner gets one shot on the loser. And to all those armchair virologists, take a pill. Why don't you weenies go back to baking bread or putting puzzles together? Sincerely, setting up a speakeasy CrossFit gym, hoarding protein powder, stimulus check fraud, tap out.
Don't miss the Jim Rome Show, weekdays from 2 to 5 on WKTY.
When you feel that crispness in the air, it can only mean one thing. You're ready for football at Nutbush City Limits. Catch college and NFL games at Nutbush all season long. The only thing better than the crispness in the air is a cold beer touching your lips. Get domestic buckets for just $11 at the Bush, or grab yourself a 2-topping pizza with a domestic pitcher for only $22. When you're ready for some football, go to Nutbush City Limits. New building, same old bar. Come as you are, off Highway 35 and Onalaska to Nutbush City Limits.
I spent a lot of time in the garage, but even more time in the rain and mud. In 95, I helped tow your moving trailer. And in 09, it was sparks from me, your chains, dragging behind your truck that accidentally started a wildfire.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
I'm Bill White with Maxwell White Plumbing.
And I'm Jim from SignPro. Bill had a really big project for us.
We run about 11 to 12 trucks. We have large trucks. Our trucks are 14-foot box trucks. They're big.
And that's not all.
And they've got toolboxes on the sides.
There's a lot of detail on those trucks, but my guys love a challenge.
It was actually easy for us. They had a tough job. They had to make it fit.
Putting graphics on your fleet can be a big job, but it's a great investment.
It's an investment worth making. It happens all the time. We're at a neighbor's house doing work. The next thing you know, the neighbor calls and says, "Hey, you're working at my neighbor's today. When can you get to my house?"
So, Bill, Maxwell White has been a successful business for a long time. Any words of advice?
Be bold. Stick out. Don't go cheap. And if you want people to see it, you got to have something that opens their eyes.
Go to a pro. Sign Pro. Call 782-3456.
Coming Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon at J.J. Keller Field at Titan Stadium. And Terry just having the RCTC putting the flag off the field and just about set to go here for kickoff. And as you take a look at this game, Terry, what do you see as far as the keys to the game?
Every time I talk to Matt Janish, he says, Terry, first thing we got to do is establish a run. I agree. Sometimes I think maybe the Eagles are a little bit too over-reliant on the run, but keep in mind, last year, you and I talked about before we went on the air, the Eagles came from behind, down 21-7 at halftime. In that game, Parks and Stutzman led the charge to win the second half and win the game. But Stutzman, 3 touchdowns last year, and certainly everyone knows his effectiveness as a runner. I just think new coach Peter Jennings may just sort of try to shut him down. In other words, maybe load the box a little bit. I think that may force the Eagles to throw more than what maybe they want to do. So what does that mean? That means that he needs a clean pocket from a tremendous offensive line. But keep in mind, all the thoroughbreds in the barn that are receivers for the Eagles, and it seems like every single game, more of them emerge. Stubentick enters, Studer, and so on. Real quickly, Cam Sorensen, he is from the Oshkosh. This place, many people in his family and friends here to watch him. I am going to watch him because he has not had the year that he wants, but I think he may just be a key factor. And then Matt Janish said to you, certainly Corral, Kobe Berghammer, we talked about him. If you flush them out, you make them uncomfortable, that leads to interceptions, as we well know.
Yep.
And that basically is the job of Anderson and Jack Kelly and Jack Anderson, Dixon Merrick, and Josh Dorschner. Dorschner from Neenah, right down the road. I just look for him to have a key game also. And then finally, I think Torrey Jandren is an inside linebacker, 13 tackles last week. He has to be accounted for. And finally, T.J. Stewart, his electric speed on a 94-yard winning touchdown last week in their homecoming game. Certainly in the open field, he is dangerous.
Going to be a fun one here this afternoon. La Crosse won the toss, chose to defer to the second half. They'll go from right to left on offense, meaning Oshkosh will go from left to right as you watch on our video feed on WKTYsports.com/video, the WKTY app, and around River City on Roku and Apple TV. Eagles on top of the WIAC along with Whitewater and Platteville, a three-way tie for the lead. Four-way tie with River Falls also in there. That's just insane. Four teams all at 3-1. And some separation is going to occur, no doubt, here this afternoon across the WIAC. And Oshkosh 2-2 in conference play. Eagles lead the all-time series in this matchup, 51-17-6. UWL has won the last 2 meetings, including that 30-21 victory last year in La Crosse. Snapped an 8-game losing streak to Oshkosh with a 31-3 win in 2019. So just about set. Oshkosh in the yellow jerseys, black pants, black helmets. Eagles in their all-white jerseys, maroon numerals, and silver helmets. And it is a perfect day for football. Couldn't ask much more, Terry, for a last weekend of October.
Oh, my God, a sellout crowd. Hey, a big day because they're honoring the 1972 conference championship team under Russ Young, and 50 years ago, and the 2012 conference championship under Pat Cerrone, who's now coaching high school football in Alabama. So this is a packed house here in this beautiful stadium this afternoon.
A couple of return men back, DJ Stewart and also number 88 for the Oshkosh Titans, and that is London Little. So Little and Stewart back to receive the kick. Ryan Burns says, doesn't matter who you put back there, I'm going to kick it over their heads. And that's the way we start this game. Oshkosh will have it at their own 25-yard line.
Yeah, don't kick it to Stewart, no doubt about that. And kicking it in the end zone is exactly what he does so often.
So it'll be Kobe Berghammer, the junior, as Coach Janis lamented in the interview with me, saying it sucks. It certainly does suck. It certainly can suck. Hopefully it doesn't suck here this afternoon, as the Eagles will go out with a 4 defensive line, 3 linebacker front. And it'll be a pistol formation to start out with for the Titans. One receiver off to each side, couple of tight ends left side of the line for blocking. The running back is Peter McCudden. He had a big game against La Crosse last year. They handed off to him up the middle on the first play from scrimmage, and he's going to get out to the 29-yard line, pick up a 4 on 1st and 10, brings up 2nd down and 6.
To set the stage, all-conference, Jack Kelly, Jack Anderson, Dixon, Dorschner up front and need to have a big game, and as well as linebackers Adam Qualm starting this afternoon, Ryan Daines, A.J. Spicella.
One receiver to each side again, shotgun formation this time. McCudden to the left of Berghammer. And here is the delayed stretch play to the right side. McCudden is cut down short of the first down by about 4 yards. Only a gain of 2 as they ran the stretch to the right side. Not much there.
Pretty hard to run the stretch against UWL, the way they can flow to the football.
This would be a big 3 and out if they can get it for the Eagle defense. A couple of substitutions coming in for Oshkosh, including number 19. That is Terrell Carey, 5'10", 215 pounds, senior from Madison West. Big fella trying to guard him are the Eagles defense. On the bottom of your screen if you're watching. 3 receivers bunched up to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation for Berghammer. Berghammer trying to get the Eagles to jump off sides. They hold their water. Berghammer 3-step drop. Pressure comes immediately. He's slung down and sacked on the play. And number 1, Jack Kelly in there for the dump. It's 4th and long.
Jack Kelly, 5 tackles for a loss. And this is his 5th quarterback sack of the season. Came at a perfect time.
Certainly did. That's a perfect way to start things out. If you're the Eagle defense, Jack Kelly, the junior from Plover, gets in there. 13-15 to go in the first quarter. No score as the Eagles will get the football back in what should be pretty good field position for their opening drive. And here is the snap. Protection, and the punt is away. It's a spiraling punt. Stubenik takes it at the 35-yard line, out across the 40, takes a hit. A little bit loose with the football there. He's able to hold on to it, though. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 42 coming up.
Great coverage. Tyler Stubenik, certainly dangerous in the open field, too. His brother Max, a dangerous receiver. And as you said, Eagles with good field position. We'll see what they do. They script their plays with Michael McGuire. See what they dial up here on their first offensive possession.
3 receivers set out to the right side, none to the left. Will Yostin, the tight end, left side of the line. Pistol formation to the backfield. Cade Garcia opens up the offense for the Eagles. We'll also see Kaiser Helterbrand coming back from that hamstring injury. Here is the handoff to Joey Stutzman. Tries the left side, and not much there. Maybe got a couple on the play. It's 2nd down and 8.
Tried to run behind Ben Helderbrand from Highland Ranch, Colorado. Didn't get much on first down.
Looked like he tried to go to the middle. Found out that was nowhere going, and so he bounced it out to the right side. 2-yard gain officially. 2nd down and 8. 1 receiver off to each side of the formation again. Again, pistol formation to the backfield. Cade Garcia looking over this Oshkosh defense. A lot of guys in the box trying to shut down this Eagle rushing attack. Now it's a shotgun. Quarterback play action fake as it's going to be a pass out to the far side, and Ryan Bartle takes a hit but drags a defender towards the first down marker, and he has it by a yard. New set of downs for the Eagles.
Taking advantage of soft coverage. Bartles with a good first down. He's another thoroughbred from that barn that can be electric in the open field.
1st down and 10 coming up for the Eagles. First down for either squad. 2 receivers to each side. Shotgun in the backfield. Ball at the Oshkosh 48-yard line. Garcia, Stutzman off to his right. Titans show blitz. We'll see if they come with it. They do. And it's going to be a rollout to the right side. Garcia is going to throw it complete to Matthias Enters, who was the safety valve, and it's going to be a nice 8 or 9 yard gain.
Flushed out of the pocket a little bit, and you're exactly right. Good coverage, but they dialed up a blitz, and Garcia kept his poise.
2nd down and 1 coming up. Coach Jan is saying you have to give what they or take what they give you. A nice example of it there. 2 receivers left, none right. Couple of tight ends right side of the line, and an H-back, Will Yostin. Stutzman off to the left of Garcia in the shotgun formation. Cade takes the snap, Play action fake again deep down the left sideline for Cam Sorensen. One-on-one coverage, and Sorensen makes the catch inside the 5-yard line.
Just a streak pattern, nothing real fancy. Just the guy I'm watching him. That's the guy I want to have a great game. If you know him like I do, and his personality, track star, all academic, what a great play, Cam Sorensen.
Little home cooking there as they're able to get it to him on the first possession of the game. And we have whistles. Officials timeout, it looks like.
Well, you can't throw a flag in a replay, so I don't know what that's all about. God, he must have been in bounds by like a foot.
So we'll see. Nevertheless, it is going to be a first down and goal for the Eagles at the 4-yard line. Garcia gets a play call from Coach Janis. And Coach McGuire calling the plays here this afternoon. We'll keep you updated on the rest of the scores from around the WIAC. Obviously, as we mentioned, a 4-team tie for first place in the WIAC. Eagles part of it. Haven't started the play clock yet. Now they will.
There you go, yeah.
10:52 to go, first quarter. No score from Oshkosh. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson live with you here this evening. This afternoon, 2 receivers off to the right side, tight end left side of the line, pistol in the backfield. Cade looks over the Titan defense, turns, hands it off to Joey Stutzman. Good push in the middle of the offensive line, and he's down to the 1. Short by a yard. It's second down and goal upcoming.
You know, in the red zone, Matt Janish talked to you about being in the red zone and scoring and how tough it is against the Titans. Well, they were 7 for 7 last week and over 80% in the red zone. So look for them to have a good day today in the red zone.
Eagles trying to get off to a fantastic start with a 3-and-out defensively and then an open drive touchdown on your offense. Here is a handoff to Stutzman, tries the right side. He is dragged down at the 1. In there for the stop, number 21 for Oshkosh. And that was the cornerback, Jared Saad. It's third down and goal. They say he lost a yard.
Trying to run behind all-conference Mike Bertoya from Lake Zurich, Illinois. Look for a play action, I think, on this play, huh?
Coach Janis talking about you need touchdowns in the red zone, not field goals. Otherwise, it's going to come back to haunt you. We'll see if the Eagles can get that touchdown here on this first red zone trip. Trips receivers lined up to the right side. Stutzman, the lone back on the left of Cade Garcia in the shotgun. Cade, that's a quarterback draw. That's actually Kaiser Helterbrand, and that's why you have Kaiser into the game. Quarterback draw and easy touchdown, 6-0 Eagles.
Right behind Noah Coleman, the left tackle and the left guard right behind him to Ben Helterbrand. Great blocks on that side, along with center Alex Bongers, all conference.
Ryan Byrne getting set to kick the extra point. Garcia will hold. The Eagles trying to make it 7-0 with just 9:25 left to go first quarter. It is up and it is good. So a fantastic start for the Eagles. It's 7-0 UWL. We're back in 60 seconds. This is college football on WKTY.
You've been thinking on buying a new boat, but you're not sure where to store it until you finally get it out on the water. Don't worry. Powerhouse Marine has you and your boat covered. Now through November 1st, buy that new boat you've been dreaming of at Powerhouse Marine and get free winter storage. And right now you'll get the best possible prices on all remaining boats with free winter storage. Make boating and storing even better with Powerhouse Marine on the Crosse's north side and at powerhousemarine.com.
I spend a lot of time in the backyard, and I'm the center of attention at summer barbecues. In '96, I made some of the tastiest s'mores. And in '09, it was me, your backyard fire pit, that accidentally started a wildfire when a summer breeze carried one of my embers into some dry brush.
Spark a change, not a wildfire. Visit SmokeyBear.com, brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service, your state forester, and the Ad Council.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to college football on WKTY 96.7 FM and 580 AM. Ryan Byrne kicking the second kickoff of the afternoon. This time it's Little who will take it at the 3, out across the 20, has a couple of blocks along the left side of the field and takes it out to about the 28-yard line. So nice return there by London Little, the freshman from Columbia, and it's going to be 1st and 10 at about the 30.
Going back to that perfect pass, Garcia to Sorensen, right down the sideline. One-on-one coverage, and he just beat him on a 50-50 ball. And what a spectacular way to start the afternoon for Cam Sorensen.
Got to give your best targets a chance, and that's exactly what that pass did. First down and 10 coming up for the Titans on their second possession. Went 3 and out the first time. Ball at their own 30-yard line. Shotgun formation. 2 H-backs, 1 on either side. 1 receiver on either side of the formation as well. Now the cutting goes in motion out of the backfield. Berghammer, lots of time, over the middle. Incomplete, almost intercepted. Linebacker sitting in coverage, almost picked it off. That was Spichala.
Spichala leading the team in tackles. And right there getting his hands up in the air. 25 tackles, and doing a great job of staying in that middle zone.
So second down and 10 after the deflected pass. This time 2 receivers right and 1 left, shotgun in the backfield. Berghammer awaits the snap. Eagle defense transitions their alignment. Handoff is to McCudden. He's going nowhere, back to the line of scrimmage and nothing more. Great job of the Eagle front that time, 3rd and 10.
Yeah, that front is difficult to run right up the middle against them. They are so, the gap integrity is what they talk about all the time, closing running lanes, and they did it that time.
Jack Anderson, the senior from Minneapolis, Minnesota, getting the tackle on the play, actually the junior from Minneapolis. 5 receiver set this time on 3rd and 10. 3 right and 2 left. Berghammer alone in the shotgun formation. They need the 40 for a first. Berghammer maybe changing the play. And again, Eagles hold their water. Do not go off sides. Berghammer. Lots of time. Goes over the right side and a miscommunication. And now we've got no penalty flags. It was overthrown. Terry, I got to tell you, number 19, Terrell Carey was streaking down the right sideline with not anybody within 15 yards of him.
I saw that.
And Berghammer just kind of locked in on his main target, number 13.
He didn't open up his vision, no doubt about it. He had one hot receiver that he targeted, and that was it.
Overthrew number 11, Tony Steer, the junior from Kewaska. And as it stands, it is a 4th down and 10. So it'll be a second punt on 2 possessions. This time another spiraling punt. Tyler Stubendick takes it at the 35, has some room, and he gets across the 40, across the 45, spins out of a hard tackle at about the 48-yard line. So another great set of field position for the Eagles offensively. And I still can't get past that last play there, Terry. When I said miscommunication, I thought for sure he was going to be going to carry down the right sideline, but
yeah, well, he's got blazing speed down the sideline, and it's a good thing he didn't steal. Otherwise, it would have been 6.
Yeah. 8:13 left to go in the first quarter. It's Eagles 7, Titans nothing. 2 receivers left and 1 right. Pistol in the backfield. Kaiser Helterbrand will take his turn at quarterback. Coach Jan is saying he could have played last week, but wanted to save that hamstring. Kaiser takes the snap, turns, hands it off to Joey Stutzman. He tries the right side and cut down after a gain of about 3 on the play to the 49-yard line. Brings up 2nd down and long.
I just like the way the Michael McGuire, the offensive coordinator, schemes plays. And he sits up here in the press box, in the coach's box, gets a view from up here and sends it into his 2 quarterbacks.
3 receivers on the field, 2 to the left, 1 to the right. Shotgun in the backfield here for Helterbrand. Stutzman off to his left. Kaiser takes the snap, looks to the right side, does not go backwards at all, just throws it off on an out pattern to Cam Sorensen. Nice job lofting it over the cornerback's head, and it's a 1st and 10.
Just like a Saturday afternoon, just lofted up in the beautiful blue skies. Press coverage on top and then soft coverage behind. Found that window.
So Cam Sorensen, his 2nd catch on 2 targets so far this afternoon. Good start for him. 4 receiver set this time, 2 on each side. Kaiser alone in the shotgun. Will Yost in the tight end, left side of the line. Kaiser, 3-step drop, out pattern complete to Stubendick, as Max Stubendick this time gets his first catch of the afternoon. 2nd down and 5 upcoming.
Max Stubendick leads the Eagles from Hudson, 24 catches, 254 yards.
7 minutes to go, first quarter, 7-0 UWL. Marching inside the 35-yard line of Oshkosh on their 2nd possession. Now we have whistles and I believe a timeout. That's the second time we've had an officials timeout. They're going to conference here. Not exactly sure about what, but
teams that work on tempo and rhythm and so on get really frustrated when there is stoppage of play by the officials.
Still haven't received an announcement yet. Matt Janis looking for an explanation.
Peter Jennings, the first-year head coach, looking at his sideline. I don't know if it's a discussion on
the play clock, and we had a couple issues with the play clock previously, so I'm not sure if that was it specifically or.
Well, the back judge came to conference with the white hat, so that's probably what it was.
Yep.
That's his job.
So 2nd down and 5 coming up here. And it'll be 2 receivers out to each side of the formation again. This time it'll be Stutzman, the running back, to the left of Kaiser Helterbrand when we get back to action.
Maybe there's a malfunction of the play.
Yeah, there might be.
We'll have to keep an eye on that. It's set at 40 now. We know that's not right.
Yep. So 6:52, they put it down to 25. 2 receivers to each side. Pistol in the backfield here. Kaiser awaits the snap, gets it, hands it off to Joey Stutzman up the middle, and he sneaks across the 35 to the 31.5-yard line, about 1.5 yards shy of a first.
Stutzman is a prototype, smaller kind of athlete that just has great vision and finds his holes and gets to the second level. And, you don't have to be a big player to be a running back if you have the determination of Joey Stutzman.
2 receivers lined up to the left side as this crowd at Titan Stadium gets into it, trying to amp up their defense to prevent another 3rd down conversion. Shotgun formation to the backfield. It's Helterbrand on a quarterback draw. This time they blow it up the middle, and it's a 3-yard loss back to the 35.
Jeez, blow it up is right. God, number 63 for the Titans just came right into the exact hole. Edwin Bielke did a great job from Heartland.
The freshman in there for the stop, and he forces the Eagles to think about it. They are going to keep their offense out there. 4th down and 5 coming up. 3 receivers off to the left side and 1 to the right. Kaiser still the quarterback. And Joey Stutzman going to be lined up to his left in the shotgun in the backfield. 5:22 to go in this first quarter. 7-0 UWL. Kaiser sends a man in closer to the line of scrimmage. Has some time. Now it kind of breaks down. Goes over the middle. Complete to Max Stubendick. He has a big-time catch to the 23, takes a shot at the end, but that's enough for a new set of downs.
That was a tight window. He, in the pistol, takes a 3-step drop, and he keyed on him the whole time. His 2nd catch in this possession.
Max Stubendick becoming a quick favorite. Only obviously his first year here, but kind of that safety valve. Whenever quarterbacks are in trouble, they kind of look to him if he's on the field. So 1 receiver off to each side of the formation. Will Yost in the H-back, and the pistol also in the backfield. Stutzman right behind Kaiser Helterbrand. Ball at the Oshkosh 23-yard line. Handoff is to Joey. Nice size hole left side. Then he keeps those legs churning, gets a little bit of help from his friends, and it's a 9-yard gain on 1st and 10.
And one of those friends was Will Yostin, who helped on the edge give him those extra yards, and kind of what we talked about. Keeps his legs going at all times.
So officially 2nd down and 2 is what they call it. Quick moving first quarter so far. 2 receivers right and 1 left. That's Sorensen, the lone man on the left side. See if they go back to him on a one-on-one situation here. Tight man-to-man coverage on him, loose everywhere else. Here is Helterbrand. It'll be a quarterback draw. He kind of slips and tries to stumble forward. Maybe he picked up 1. Unfortunate, Terry. Looked like he had some space to the right side there.
He did. He was running behind his right side and got a good block, but tripped. Otherwise, there was some Noah Coleman from Wilmot opened a hole for him, but he lost his footing.
So 3rd down and 1 coming up after the trip there by Kaiser. Both tight ends, Schultz and Yostin, go in motion to the right side. 2 receivers out to that side of the field as well. Here is the quarterback draw left side. Kaiser is going to fall forward, and he picks up a first down. That was all Helterbrand there.
Boy, was it ever.
Man, he was hit in the backfield and somehow fell forward.
Well defended. Brandon Cogan from Appleton was right there, and he ran through a shoestring tackle.
So Helterbrand keeps the drive alive for the Eagles as we're inside of 3 minutes to go first quarter. 7-0 UWL, second possession of the afternoon for the Eagles. First resulted in a 2-yard touchdown run by Kaiser Helterbrand. Two receivers lined up to the right side. Tight end lines up that right side as well. H-back is Will Yostin. Pistol otherwise. Handoff is to Joey Stutzman. He is going to get met at the line of scrimmage. Might have actually lost a yard on the play. And in there for the stop, number 2, Brandon Colgan. And it's 2nd and 11.
Boy, Brandon Colgan, 2 great plays in a row. The senior from Appleton, geez, right down the road from where we are here this afternoon.
Lots of talents in this area. They don't have to go far to recruit them. And it is 2nd down and 11 coming up. 3 receivers set out to the right side. None left. Shotgun in the backfield. Will Yost to the tight end left side of the line. Kaiser takes the snap. 5-step drop, sets up the screen, floats it to Stutzman. Stutzman with blockers out ahead. 5, touchdown, Eagles, as it's 13-0, a beautifully designed screen. And we have a 13-0 lead, but flags are out, Terry, at about the 2-yard line.
That, but you could see that play develop. I don't like the looks of that caucus by the officials. You could see the play develop when Hildebrand backed up from his pistol and perfect entourage in front of Stutzman, but
we'll see what this is. They threw it at the 2-yard line. It's going to be a holding penalty on UWL. It's from the spot of the foul, so I don't think yardage-wise it's going to make much of a difference.
Holding after the catch.
Yep. It was just on the last 2-3 yards. They had it at the 2-yard line, so officially UWL gains a yard.
So somebody in that convoy grabbed a hold of a Titan.
Unfortunate there because I don't think it would have made a difference. He had the angle and would have gotten the touchdown. We'll see if the Eagles can regroup here. It's 2nd down and 10 after the penalty. 2 receivers bunched up to the left side, 3 to the right, empty set for Kaiser Helterbrand. Kaiser in the shotgun. He takes the snap. 3-step drop. Lots of time in the pocket. Goes over the middle. Crossing route. Complete. Touchdown UWL. This time, no flags on the field.
Yeah, and you talk about perfect, clean pocket for Helterbrand and the receiver.
Matthias enters.
Matthias enters, right?
Great job by him getting the crossing route. And
he's emerging too, huh?
He is. No question.
That is his 21st catch as a senior from North Barrington, Illinois.
Kind of a nice play there. Kind of walled off the cornerback behind him with that big frame, 6'2", 205 pounds. It served him well that time, and Ryan Byrne kicks the extra point up and through. 14-0 Eagles, 1:57 left to go first quarter. We're back in 60 seconds. This is college football on WKTY.
Merv from Verve here. It's fall, so it's corn maze season, which means it's pumpkin spice loan season at Verve, which means I'm up on a post dressed as a scarecrow scaring away crows and loan payments.
You don't scare me.
Hello, Mr. Crow. Why are you on my shoulder?
It's what we do.
Well, what I do is help people make smart financial decisions.
Can I get a pumpkin spice loan?
Can you make a video call?
Did you say video call or video?
The first one. You can see and talk to a Verve lender from wherever you are. And right now, when you bring your vehicle loan to Verve, you'll enjoy 90 days no pay. We'll give you a low rate and instant approval.
I think I'll make that video right now.
The Pumpkin Spice Loan from Verve. Get started today at pumpkinspiceloan.com. Verve, a credit union. Federally insured by NCUA. Loan rates, terms, conditions, and instant approval based on credit qualifications, account relationship, and approval. Membership eligibility required. Subject to change without notice. Interest will accrue with the Pumpkin Spice Loan.
Welcome back to college football on WKTY. Ryan Byrne's been busy so far this afternoon with 2 kickoffs. 3 kickoffs, actually. This is the third one, and now here is a bobble there by Stewart as he picks it up. Not much running room as the Eagles special teams gets down there in a hurry and stop him at about the 16 of Oshkosh.
That muff gave the coverage team extra time to get there, and there was nowhere for him to run. You know, that last touchdown, after a deflating penalty from that convoy, taking Stutzman in, coming back to score, and having that poise and character was impressive.
Very much so. Bodes well for this Eagle mental strength. 2 receivers off to the right side and 1 to the left for Oshkosh. Shotgun formation with McCutcheon to the right of Berghammer. Berghammer awaits the snap, takes it. Going to be a play-action fake, fires a completion. Left side, or right side rather, just soft coverage, and they took advantage of it. Number 13, the reception for the Oshkosh Titans, and that was Stephen Flores, the junior, and that's a new first down for the Titans.
Very soft coverage on the outside on that zone to the boundary side, and a good play by Berghammer recognizing that.
So Flores gets his first catch of the afternoon. 1 receiver off to each side. 2 H-backs, 1 on either side of the line as well. Berghammer in the pistol formation. Hands it off to McCutcheon, and the Eagle defense just absolutely blew that play up. McCutcheon did a nice job just to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and 10.
I hear the coaches talk all the time about holding your ground, staying low, and basically reading through the block into the backfield. Did that perfectly.
2nd and 10 coming up here after the stuff on first down. And Berghammer slowly brings the team to the line of scrimmage. 1 receiver out to each side. Once again, 2 H-backs, 1 on either side of the backfield. And here is Berghammer. Play action fake. Has time in the pocket. Goes deep down the left side. He's got a man open, and it's going to be caught. A one-on-one ball. And making the great play that time, number 11, Tony Steger from Kewaskum, and it's 1st and 10 Oshkosh.
Yeah, absolutely wide open on a skinny post seam route down the middle, and a big play for the Titans.
First big play we've seen for the Oshkosh offense this afternoon. Coach Jan has talked about the explosiveness of this team, what they're capable of. Haven't always shown it so far this year, but do have to be prepared for it. Steger, the big play there. Handoff is to McCutcheon. McCutcheon runs the middle and gets swarmed under after a gain of maybe 1, 2nd down and 9.
So hard to run against the Eagle defense right up the middle. They just pride themselves as a unit as we are ending the first quarter.
14-0, end of 1. We'll have the second quarter coming for you next. 60-second timeout. This is college football on WKTY.
Whoa, long time no see. It's me, the Rock t-shirt in the back of your closet. Dude, remember? You crowd surfed in me, man. But you haven't worn me in like forever. I get it, you're retired, but I still got some rock left in me. So take me to Goodwill, where I can really make a difference.
Your donations to Goodwill create jobs, training programs, and education assistance for people in your community. To find your nearest donation center, go to goodwill.org. Donate stuff. Create jobs. A message from Goodwill and the Ad Council.
Keep your floors scratch-free and looking their best with help from Menards. Shepherd Hardware is known as a recognized leader in floor protection. Menards carries a great selection of caster wheels, furniture sliders, and more protective products. Defend your floors against damage today with 11% off all floor protection products from Shepherd Hardware. Good through October 30th. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome back to Titan Stadium. Drew Kelly live with you here this afternoon alongside Terry Erickson. Just started the fourth quarter, or the second quarter rather, as the Eagles lead 14-0. Oshkosh in Eagle territory. Shotgun formation, 1 receiver off to each side. Berghammer awaits the snap. Still waiting, and he finally does hand it off to McCutcheon this time. Good push by the Titan offensive front. Gets about 4 yards or 5 on the play. It's going to bring up 3rd and 5.
Josiah Nathaniel from the Catholic Memorial in Milwaukee with a good block on that side.
They need to get to the 18 for a first. They are currently at the 23. So UWL's defense trying to hold firm here. Adam Qualm checking out of the game momentarily for this play.
Talked to his dad before the game. He said he was here at 10:30. He wanted to make sure he got a good seat.
Well, it is a good reason to be here early because it's hardly any seats available at this spot. Just a fantastic crowd here at Oshkosh. It's Berghammer, feels pressure, steps up into the pocket, floats a pass to the corner of the end zone, and it is caught for a touchdown. A great diving attempt that time. Number 88, London Little, the freshman from Columbia, Illinois, cuts the lead in half, 14-6.
He stepped up in the pocket, as you mentioned, but he was off balance, and he didn't even get his feet set. And he still threw a perfect pass, but I don't know.
I don't think that's going to count. I think everybody's coming to that realization just now as...
Oh, the umpire threw his flag, so you know what that means.
Yep.
Somebody was holding.
Yep. Good pressure by the Eagles right up the middle of that offensive line, right in the face of Berghammer. He did a nice job just to avoid the first defender, but as you mentioned, Terry, that holding penalty going to push it back. 3rd and 15 now. That's a big-time penalty, taking away points.
Deflating penalty.
Ball at the 33 of UWL. 5 receiver set, 3 right and 2 left. Berghammer takes the snap. 3-step drop, goes over the middle, complete, and a hard hit. Steger was nailed at the 20-yard line. He's still going to be shy of a first down by 2 yards. Doesn't look like the Titans have any qualms about going for this one.
Speaking of qualms, Adam Qualm on that hit. The 230-pound sophomore transfer from Whitewater, from Holman, making a good hit.
4th down and 2. Couple of big fellas for the Eagles getting into the game. Jack Anderson checks out.
The Gladiator group, huh? Oh, my goodness.
We'll see if they can hold this line. And it's going to be Coach Janis going over to the ref, calling for a timeout. Didn't like the late substitutions, I don't think, there. Just want to make sure that they are in a good position for this very big 4th down opportunity on defense. 30-second timeout. We'll talk about this 4th down coming up after this. This is college football on WKTY.
When you feel that crispness in the air, it can only mean one thing. You're ready for football at Nutbush City Limits. Catch college and NFL games at Nutbush all season long. The only thing better than the crispness in the air is a cold beer touching your lips. Get domestic buckets for just $11 at the Bush, or grab yourself a 2-topping pizza with a domestic pitcher for only $22. When you're ready for some football, go to Nutbush City Limits. New building, same old bar. Come as you are, off Highway 35 and Onalaska to Nutbush City Limits.
Big turn of events here, Terry, as Oshkosh has decided to kick the field goal. So, unless it's a fake, UWL has forced a field goal attempt by Nolan Mobley, the freshman from Oak Creek High School. Here is the snap, hold, kick is up, it is on the way, and it is good. And so from 34 yards away, the Eagles do hold the Titans back from a field goal. It's 14-3, 13:27 to go in this first half. Just took a break, so we'll keep it here. Terry, have to feel great if you're an Eagle fan, Eagle coaching staff member. Just a fantastic start mentally coming out of the gates here.
Absolutely. And by the way, we're talking about those timeouts. Coaches just seem to have a sixth sense, the good coaches, on when to call a timeout if they see some personnel grouping problems, or they're not really. Matt Janish, the head coach, makes the defensive calls also, and just wasn't sure of what he wanted and created the timeout.
So it is 14-3. Mobley, the kicker, will boom this one away momentarily as they get back onto the field. Back to receive it, Brant Bowman and Stupendick. Actually, number 38 back there, my apologies. Connor Leffler, the sophomore from Colgate. The other return man, along with Tyler Stupendick.
You want two things you want from your return people. One, sure hands, and two, good decisions. Able to see exactly where to go, reading the running lanes, and both those guys do it well.
So Mobley will kick it off. The left footer getting set for this one. 14-3, 13:27 to go in the first half. It's a high end-over-end kick taken by Stupendick at the 8-yard line. He's out across the 20, out across the 25, falls ahead to the 31-yard line, which is where the Eagles will start their next possession.
Tyler Stupendick, we talked about not fumbling the ball, being sure-handed, and he is good at making sure that doesn't occur.
So the Eagles likely going to be putting out Cade Garcia again. Had a great drive in that first possession and then got down into the red zone, had some struggles with running the football, so they went to old reliable Kaiser Elzebrand. This is the second possession here for Cade.
We got officials discussing again.
After the play, personal foul against UWL. That is not what Coach Janis would like, as that's going to push him back half the distance to the goal.
Yeah, the Eagles have talked about penalties oftentimes in their team meetings. Last week, 3 penalties only for 42 yards. They're getting better.
Yep. Obviously, discipline going to become more of a factor as the season goes along. 3 games left this afternoon, and then it's going to be River Falls next week, Platteville to end the season. 4 receivers set for Cade Garcia in the shotgun. Handed off this time to Brant Bowman. Bowman lowers his shoulder and keeps the legs turning across the 20, back to the 22-yard line. 2nd down and 3.
Bowman's a good complementary runner for Stutzman, and I like the way he runs north and south also.
I say officially a gain of 6, a 2nd down and 4. 13 minutes to go in the first half.
Bowman, a star athlete at Marshfield.
Going to be a 2 receiver set out to the right side. Tight end Yostin on the left side of the line. Garcia looking over the defense. Bowman again, stretch play to the left side as he has a head of steam. Broke through the line somehow and got into the second level all the way down to the Eagle 45-yard line.
Hildebrand and Coleman with great blocks on the edge, getting a first down, and a key run on 2nd down.
So that will move the chains for EWL. 1st and 10 coming up. 2 receivers out to the right side, 1 to the left. Eagles 6-1 on the season, 3-1 in conference play. 3 receivers set here on the field, 2 right, 1 left. Garcia in the shotgun formation, running back off to his right. Play action fake. All day in the pocket, going deep down the middle. This is Schultz. Schultz is going to not hang on to the football. He took a hard shot at the end. Unfortunately, it's 2nd down and 10.
I thought Schultz had that too, didn't you?
Yep.
Right down the middle of the field. Great play action. Held the linebackers and just out of his hands.
Yep.
Should have had it.
He should have. It was in his hands, and like I said, that collision at the very end just popped it out, unfortunately. Not sure if it was that or once he hit the ground, but got to like the play call and the aggressiveness from Coach McGuire as they are throwing a bunch of different looks at this Oshkosh defense. 4 receiver set, 3 right, 1 left, pistol in the backfield. Garcia looks to the sideline for the play call. Brant Bowman still in at running back. Smelling Joey Stutzman for a few plays. Now they line up with a shotgun.
Austin Larson, the quarterback from Onalaska, one of the 2 quarterbacks calling those plays.
And off is to Bowman, big hole middle, and he rolls over a linebacker as he gets another 7 yards on 2nd down. 3rd down and short.
Little stutter step in the backfield, and then followed is the right side of his line.
Needs 3 yards for a first. 11:49 to go in this 2nd quarter. Eagles 14, Titans 3. And the coaching staff desperately trying to fire up this crowd. That's a big thing if you can get the crowd out of the game early, which the Eagles have for the most part.
I haven't seen Matt LaFleur do that all the time, do it, in Green Bay.
2 receivers right and 1 left. Now 3 right as Matthias Centers goes in motion. Here is Garcia. They throw out of the backfield. It's Bowman, complete on the flat route. Out to the sideline. It's complete. That's going to move the chains.
Yeah, perfect pass to the inside. And got the first down.
11:19 to go and counting in this first half.
Can you imagine the personality of Bill Belichick's on the sidelines trying to get his
crowd
fans?
fired up?
I don't think that ever happened, does it?
I don't think he moves his arms at all, actually, unless he's yelling at the refs or something. But we're trying to call a timeout. But
pretty soft-spoken.
3 receivers off to the right side, none left. Shotgun to the backfield. As here is Bowman going into the pistol right behind Cade Garcia. This time, good patient run for Brant as he leans the ball across the 40 down to the 39-yard line and a 6-yard pickup.
Stretch run to the boundary side. I talked to some people when I was in Marshfield recently about the 5'10 junior, Brant Bowman. Well, yeah, he was one of our favorite players. Good student, dependable player, role model. There you go.
Yep. Not much has changed. 2 receivers off to the right side, 1 to the left. Yostin, the tight end right side of the line. Garcia with Bowman off to his left in the shotgun. Cade looks over the Titan defense, takes the snap, high snap, able to hand it off somehow, and Bowman squeezes through a couple of arm tackles and somehow gets 2 yards. That could have been a disaster, and it turned out not too bad.
Yeah, it could have been. It just broke the rhythm of everything, and I thought lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage, and he made something of virtually nothing.
Great job there by Cade as well to even get the handoff somehow to Brandt. And Kaiser Helterbrand coming on for 3rd down and 3 at the Oshkosh 38-yard line. Need the 35 for a first. 2 receivers out to each side.
Empty backfield. We'll see what he does.
Yostin, the tight end, on the right side of the line.
Run behind Yostin. What do you think?
Kaiser takes the snap. Quick screen pass out to the left side. Stupanik has a first down. Nice job breaking through a tackle. He spun out of another inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line.
Jeez, I talked to Cam Sorensen about that play when we went to lunch this week. He said, sometimes I'm a receiver, sometimes I'm a blocker, whatever they tell me to do.
That was a great block.
They like that wide receiver screen.
Yep. And you don't see that work a lot in college football. You take a look at, obviously even high school and D3 and even watching D1 games. It's got to be pretty perfect as far as getting those blockers out there.
Yeah, if somebody jumps the route, you're in trouble.
Right. 2 receivers off to the right side and 1 to the left. Here is the quarterback play-action motion as they go out to Stutzman out of the backfield, and just read well there by Oshkosh. Not much doing.
No, but they faked it to him and then came back to throw to him, which is not a common play, but of course Stutzman does some damage as a receiver too, besides running over 1,000 yards this past year.
2nd down and 12 after the loss of 2. As it was Garcia just trying to get rid of it, I think, also part of it. They have 3 receivers right and 1 to the left. Shotgun for Cade. Brant Bowman off to his left side. Garcia, 5-step drop, steps up into the pocket, still with his eyes down the field. Now he's just going to fire to the sideline, complete as Jack Studer comes back to the football, and it's down to the 15-yard line, brings up 3rd down and about 7.
Well, when you're flushed out and you keep your poise, and as you said, you keep your eyes downfield, your shoulders square, and you don't panic, you find a receiver, that's what happens.
So 3rd and 7 for the Eagles, 7:50 to go in the first half. See if they can pick up this 3rd and long situation. Not a whole lot of these so far. They've been pretty good on 1st and 2nd down. 2 receivers to each side. Shotgun for Cade. Brant Bowman off to his right. And Garcia will look to the sideline. 6 seconds on the play clock. Got to get it off. And now timeout has to be called. They were up against it with the play clock there, and that's going to be the 2nd timeout of the half here for UWL.
Maybe not a bad timeout, huh?
Beats obviously going to 3rd and 12. There's no question. We're going to take a 30-second break. We'll be coming back for this 3rd and 7 after this. This is college football on WKTY.
Oh, yeah, she's fine. She has some friends over, and they're carving pumpkins. Yeah, the new backsplash from Sealants is really being tested. Hang on. Ladies, this is pumpkin carving, not a food...
Don't worry, Mom. We will clean that up.
The backsplash is holding up a lot better than I am. I'll call you back.
Sealands Flooring, carpeting, hardwood, and tile in Coon Valley, where the #1 priority is you.
If it helps, Mom, orange is a really good color on you.
All right, kids and pumpkins, outside.
Welcome back to college football on WKTY. A couple of score updates for you. UW-Platteville over Stout right now, 7-6, 8:09 to go in the second quarter. Whitewater rebounding from that tough loss against Platteville as they're currently up 17-0 on UW River Falls. And here, obviously, with the Eagles, it is 14-3, 7:23 to go in this first half. And somebody's going to get their first WIAC win as Eau Claire and Stevens Point do battle this afternoon as well. 2 receivers to each side. Garcia in the shotgun. Bowman off to his right this time. They look to the sideline for the audible. And here is Garcia taking the snap. 3-step drop in the pocket. Bowman gives him some time. Out pattern. Corner of the end zone. And that is lofted perfectly into the hands of Ryan Bartle, and the Eagles take a 20-3 lead.
Well, you see why a timeout is so important sometimes, if not only with play clock, but if there's a little indecisiveness.
So UWL has taken 2 very critical timeouts. One, it forced the Titans to kick a field goal instead of going for it on a short 4th and 2. This time they take a timeout, come out, and get a touchdown out of the deal on 3rd and 7. Here's the extra point by Ryan Byrne. It is up, and it is good. So the Eagles up 21-3, 7:17 remaining in the first half. We'll take a 60-second timeout. We are back after this. This is college football on WKTY.
And now for the weather. Here's meteorologist Stormy O'Day. Okay, I don't even know what this is.
Behold the wheel of weather. Today will be... Ooh, that's not good. And say we try that again.
Is this going to take very long?
When it comes to your comfort, you don't want to wait for a do-over. I'm Mark from Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning. Our Gold Star maintenance will help make sure your heating and air conditioning equipment is running at its best. With our Gold Star maintenance plan, we'll schedule your annual appointment at a time that works for you. Schneider Heating's Gold Star maintenance plan gives you a discount on yearly cleaning and adjustment of your furnace and air conditioning system. Get more out of your heating and cooling with increased efficiency. Give us a call and we'll work with your schedule. Turn to the experts, Carrier and Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, La Crosse and Winona.
Schneider Heating and Air Conditioning, your comfort is our business.
Welcome back to college football. Drew Kelly and Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon as it is 21-3 after the touchdown. It's a high end-over-end kick. Pooch kick taken at the 20-yard line by one of the up men, and he just dives ahead to about the 27, 28-yard line, and it'll be 1st down and 10 from there.
First guy down there, guess who? Nathan Navala from Holman.
Great job by him getting down there in coverage, and a little bit of a size disadvantage, but still putting his nose in there, getting the tackle. 7:15 to go in the first half. 21-3 Eagles. And the biggest thing is kind of keeping Oshkosh off the board here in this rest of this first half, Terry. I think that would go a long way for momentum, not allowing them to get back into the game. 2 receivers off to the right side, none left. McCutton, the running back, to the right of Berghammer. Berghammer has a lot of time in the pocket, goes to the right side, complete. Nice job locating the football between the soft coverage, and it's going to be 1st and 10.
Yeah. Soft coverage is what we saw in that particular play, right? Elijah Alt from Lone Rock was right there, but over his head. 1st down.
Trey Tetzlaff, the sophomore from Waukesha West, got his first catch of the afternoon. 1st down and 10. 2 receivers left and 1 to the right. Ball at the Oshkosh 45-yard line. Pick up 17 there on 1st and 10. They send a receiver in motion into the backfield, and now out towards the flat. It's going to be a handoff to McCutton. McCutton still trying to spin out of something, but nothing doing there. Trying the middle, and that defensive tackle unit really doing the job at 2nd and 8.
Not only that, but Aaron Schmidt from McGuanago came up as a defensive back and was part of that unit that stopped him.
So 2nd and 8 after the run by McCutton. Two receivers off to the left side, none to the right, makes it 1 to the right. Shotgun in the backfield, McCutton off to the right of Berghammer. Berghammer in his yellow uniform, black pants, black helmets, looking over the Eagle defense. 2nd and 8, play action fake, Berghammer. He's going to roll out to the right side. Pressure is on, pouring it down the right sideline and out of bounds. Good coverage on the back end. Finally, that pressure got to Berghammer, and it's 3rd and 8.
Yeah, good coverage indeed, because he had good time. He had a lot of time.
Yep.
Some pressure from Jack Kelly and Josh Dorscher, but still time to complete that.
3rd down and 8 coming up for the Eagles. 5:52 left to go in the first half. UWL trying to have a 4-game winning streak here in conference. Lost the first game against Whitewater, has been undefeated since.
Yeah, Kate Osborne, by the way, with good coverage on the outside.
3 receivers left, 1 right, comeback route. That is complete, close to the 1st down. Going to be a yard shy at about the 44-yard line on the right side of the formation. It was number 16 again, Tetzlaff with a catch.
Just curled right in front of number 26, Kate Osborne.
And they look like they will go for this one inside of Eagle territory at the 46. Need to get to the 45 for a 1st and 10. Coming up on 5 minutes remaining in this first half. One receiver going to be lined up to the right side, one to the left, 2 H-backs. Pistol formation behind that. McCudden right behind Berghammer. Handoff is to McCudden. McCudden, his second effort, I think, got there. Thought they had him initially, but he did have that second effort for a 2-yard pickup and a new set of downs.
Ryan Daines, they're just a little bit late in that effort that he made. The chains are moving.
So a 4th down conversion makes it 1st down and 10 for the Titans with 4:45 to go. Ball at the Eagle 44-yard line. One receiver off to each side. Again, 2 H-backs in the backfield with a pistol formation behind that. Berghammer takes the snap, and he will keep it himself on the read option. Has a hole left side, and he gets down to the 40, make it the 39-yard line on a 5-yard pickup before he's slammed down.
Got some pretty good yardage, but A.J. Spichala from Muskego, 28 tackles coming into this game right there.
That was the one thing that Coach Jan has talked about, was kind of that running ability of Kobe Berghammer, but we haven't seen it so far today.
We haven't. I'm sure that was part of their preparation with their scout quarterback this week.
Pistol formation again, one receiver to each side. Berghammer looking over the Eagle defense. Still has not taken the snap, and a whistle and timeout, I believe, going to be called by UW-Oshkosh. So that's their first timeout called. They'll have 2 left. UWL will have 1 left. 3:53 left to go in the first half. We'll take 30 seconds. This is college football on WKTY.
Midwest Family Entertainment.
At Midwest Family Entertainment, we make weddings fun. I'm Brittany Stiles, the manager of Midwest Family Entertainment, and I can't wait to meet you. The music for your wedding is super important, so we'll cover our DJ services, how you can capture all the memories with our photo booth, make it personal with our custom wedding decor, light projection, dance floor decals, uplighting. Head to MidwestFamilyEntertainment.com and click on reservations so we can get planning.
MidwestFamilyEntertainment.com.
Welcome back to college football. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson live with you on WKTY 96.7 FM and 580 AM. Also streaming live on WKTYSports.com/video, the WKTY app, and around River City on Roku and Apple TV. Important set of downs here for the Eagle defense, and really for the Oshkosh Titans, too, as they try to get back into this one. 2 receivers bunched up to the left side, 1 wide to the right. Shotgun in the backfield, McCudden off to the right of Berghammer. Berghammer on 2nd and 5 after his 5-yard run. Takes the snap, 3-step drop in the pocket. Goes to the right side, complete, and going over the middle with a big head of steam inside the 20 down to the 15-yard line that time. And that was number 19, who was wide open previously, Terrell Carey. Wide open there, and it's a 1st and 10.
Yeah, right in front of linebacker A.J. Spichala, who dropped back in that boundary zone, and Berghammer saw that window open and connected.
Has a strong arm. Maybe not to the level of Evan Lewandowski, but strong enough on that play as he fires a dart to Carey.
Is there some talented quarterbacks in this conference?
It's unreal.
Everywhere you look. Even Borgerdink from Stout. I mean, come on.
For sure.
Every team we've seen has just talented quarterbacks.
Trips receiver is going to be lined up to the right side. None to the left. Shotgun to the backfield. Berghammer. Play action fake. Goes to the right side on a wheel route, and that is going to be caught for a touchdown. Trying to knock it away at the very end was a UWL cornerback, but no go. It's a touchdown for the Titans.
A wheel route was all-conference performer Elijah Alt.
Yep.
Just kind of was a little bit late in that coverage on that zone, and in a touchdown well designed.
Terrell Carey getting the touchdown there. And extra point coming up from Mobley. Here's the snap, hold, kick up. Kick is good. And so the Eagles still hold a 21-10 lead, 3:03 to go in the first half. Going to take a 60-second timeout. We are back after this. This is college football on WKTY.
If you're a sports fan, you can't afford to miss the Dan Patrick Show on WKTY. First album that you bought. It was in the late 60s, so Pink Floyd or might have been the Stones, I think. Todd, first album.
Billy Joel, Glass Houses. It came out in the spring of 1980. I heard it at a friend's house. By a day or two later, I had to run out and get it on my cassette.
Seton?
Motley Crue, Shout at the Devil.
Okay.
Yeah, I was 5 years old. The video on MTV was like the coolest thing ever. And not only did I have the cassette tape, but, Paul, you'll appreciate this, I also had a Motley Crue Shout at the Devil Velcro wallet that I left on a ride in Florida. We went to Disney World in Florida, and I left my wallet on one of those rides, and I was so upset that I lost my Motley Crue wallet.
Don't miss the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings 9 to 11 on WKTY, 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
Welcome back to college football. Here's a return from Leffler as he gets across the 25 and is pancaked down at the 29-yard line for the Eagles. 2:57 left to go in the first half. Terry, try to use as much clock as he can, or what's kind of the scenario here?
Let's see if we can get one of those big boy drives. Big boy drives is using your gladiators up front. Throw when they expect you to run when they expect you to pass.
That was Gabe Lynch, my apologies, on the return from Indian Creek, Illinois, the freshman. Nice return for him. 3 receivers lined up to the left side, none to the right. Yost in the tight end, right side of the line. It'll be a pistol formation. Kaiser Helterbrand back in there at quarterback. Stutzman right behind him. And here is Kaiser. Turns and hands it off to Joey. Good job avoiding tacklers in the backfield. Picks up maybe 2 to the 31, and it's 2nd down and 8.
Very hard. Very difficult, too, that was.
Yep.
Jacob Mandela from Brookfield. Defensive lineman making a hit, the sophomore.
No huddle offense here for the Eagles. Shotgun this time. 3 receivers left, none right. Stutzman off to the right of Kaiser. And he takes the snap. 3-step drop. Goes to Joey Stutzman. Wide open out of the backfield. They forgot about him. I don't know how. He's inside the 20 to the 15-10. Another huge block by Jack Studer. Springs him into the end zone for the touchdown, UWL.
What a breakdown defensively. I said a big boy drive with running the ball. How about a little guy drive where the smallest guy on the team comes out of the backfield, empties the backfield, and tiptoes down the sideline.
69-yard touchdown pass from Kaiser Helterbrand to Joey Stutzman. And what a block by Jack Studer at about the 15-yard line to get Joey the rest of the way.
Sometimes you're a blocker, sometimes you're a receiver.
And sometimes you're the bug, and sometimes you're the windshield. That time, the defender was the bug that time.
One quick thing. We've never talked about Sawyer Schick and how every single snap for the extra point or field goal, backup quarterback, is perfect to Garcia, and then Byrne does the rest of the work.
We'll keep it here for the time being. It's 28-10, 2:17 left to go in the first half. So obviously, if you're Coach Janis, you're not going to be mad by any stretch about that play. You do give them, however, 2:17 left, so important possession for the defense to kind of regain some of their momentum on the defensive side.
Except you left too much time on the clock for Berghammer.
Yep. And that was really the first drive we saw any sort of sustained success for the Oshkosh offense. So that'll be interesting to see kind of what adjustments UWL can make to make sure that they snuff out this momentum where it stands.
What a spectacular play, though, huh? Called by offensive coordinator Michael McGuire from Grable, Wyoming. Did you know that?
I did not.
Yeah,
they are on the...
He, one of my good friends that I played ball with in high school, Ken Jensen, was his high school coach.
Oh, wow.
So we have a connection there.
It's 28-10. We think we heard him on the other side of the press box here as coaching staff going nuts, but it'll be Ryan Byrne kicking this one away. 28-10, 2:17 left to go in the first half. Here's the run-up and the kick. It's a high pooch kick again, taken by the up man at about the 23-yard line, and getting tackled at about the 31. Good job by Byrne allowing his coverage to get down there again. 1st and 10 for Oshkosh.
Yeah, again, great coverage on that coverage team. That time, Gabe Lynch making the tackle, a running back from Indian Creek, Illinois.
And so the Eagles defense already out there. Oshkosh getting their final instructions. And it's something that, Teague and myself have kind of noticed as well, Terry. Teague Fenrick doing our video feed for us here this afternoon. But a lot of these pooch kicks, not a lot of just kind of allowing your coverage team to get down there, hopefully force a fumble.
Get good hang time.
Yep. 2 receivers off to the left side, 1 to the right, shotgun in the backfield. It's going to be a play-action fake. Berghammer steps up into the pocket. Pressure from behind, floats it incomplete. Looking for Tetzlaff, his receiver, number 16 from Waukesha at 2nd and 10.
Jack Kelly from Plover, the all-conference junior, got blocked well, but he didn't give up. He kind of circled around and chased down Berghammer and threw off his rhythm.
We've seen that quite a bit on this Eagle defense as, they're kind of behind the play and kind of sneak back towards the quarterback and get sacks that way and hurries that way. Another example of that there.
It's called being relentless.
Yep. 2nd and 10. Going to be a 4-receiver set, 2 to each side. Shotgun in the backfield. Spatchala showing blitz. Now backs off. Berghammer, pressure in his face. Rolls out to the right side. Floats it. Complete. Another big hit. But somehow the receiver on the far side hangs on. It's going to be a 1st and 10 to the 44-yard line.
Scrambled to the boundary side, and Ryan Daines and friends right there to make the hit.
Tetzlaff has had a nice afternoon, and that's his 2nd catch. He will go out of the game now. So too will another wide receiver. 2 receivers off to the left side and 1 to the right. Shotgun in the backfield. Berghammer takes the snap, looks to the left the whole way, fires incomplete. One-on-one coverage there. Number 19, the intended target, Terrell Carey. Good job by Alt going over in coverage at the last second to influence the play.
Yeah, lots of talented defensive backs. Pat Wade played a lot last week, the freshman from Kenosha in the game right now, switching off with Charlie Kramer. And you're right, when you look at Alt, pitcher played well last week.
Yeah. There. 2nd down and 10. Shotgun in the backfield. Once again, 2 receivers to each side. Berghammer looking over the Eagle defense. 3-step drop. Pressure in his face. Sets up kind of the screen pass, and the running back falls down with a few yards to go out in front of him. Number 15, the reception that time, Eric McLevy. Nate Smith, from St. Louis, Missouri, brings up 3rd down and 10.
Kate Osborne from Eau Claire said, well, I was going to tackle you, but you just did it yourself. So
I'll just let you go. 3rd down and 10 coming up. 1:10 to go. I wonder if that's, it's whoever's closest to the ball, if they get credit for a tackle there, or if that's just a play out of bounds.
In their mind, they do.
Yeah, right. See, they were so afraid of me hitting them, they just fell down to the turf. That's what you tell the coaches in the taping sessions the next couple days.
Yeah, that's exactly. Yeah, I'll have to tell Kate Osborne that.
3rd down and 10 when we come back. Timeout on the field. 30-second break. We'll be back after this. This is college football on WKTY.
The 7th annual iFeed is Saturday, November 5th from 8 a.m. till noon at Logan High School. iFeed is a one-day event that works to alleviate hunger in the world and in our own communities. 7 area high school Interact clubs working together to pack meals to send to Norway for Ukrainian refugees and filling the pantries for our hunger task force. You can help out by organizing your own packing team or starting a food drive at your job, place of worship, or anywhere in your community, and bring it November 5th to Logan High. More info on iFeed at AroundRiverCity.com.
Back here at UW-Oshkosh, Drew Kelly and Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon. 28-10. It was a great weather day leading up to it as far as the week, what it was looking like, and it's delivered here, Terry, as this Oshkosh crowd a little bit stunned by what's taken place in this first half.
Stunned is right. This is a big day honoring 2 championship teams.
The Eagles trying to play spoiler here this afternoon. 3 receivers off to the left side, 1 to the right. Berghammer, Daines showing blitz, and he'll come. Berghammer, 5-step drop, pressure in his face, trying to escape to the right side. Ryan Daines and Jack Kelly, relentless, getting the sack all the way to the 34-yard line.
Well, a stunt, and Ryan Daines coming off the edge, and you're right. He was one of a fearsome twosome that made the hit.
All the way back to the 34. We'll see officially how many yards they have to go, but got to imagine that Coach Janis just got no problem letting this clock bleed out. It'll be 4th down and 21.
We'll see if
We have
head coach Peter Jennings from
Yeah.
offensive coordinator last year at Whitewater decides the same thing, let it run out. I think so.
And I don't think they need to snap another play before the halftime break, and that likely will do it. So, Terry, we did have that great touchdown pass to Joey Stutzman, and now we do have a timeout by Coach Janis. Not a bad idea here. Just make them punt you, see what you can get on your return, and
certainly
get another cheap field goal maybe if you get in field position.
Oh, good coaching or a bad snap.
Yep, that's true.
Some kind of a mistake by the
Heck, a block
Giants.
punt. We saw that last week. Obviously with Stevens Point, they were at about the 8-yard line, and a block punt by the special teams, which has feasted on blocks this entire season. And so we'll have maybe one or two more plays.
By design. I mean, I watch, oftentimes I'm at practice and I see them scheme different fronts against field goals and punts. So this is not just an afterthought for the Eagles.
Great job by this defense to stand tall. We talked about maybe too much time left on the clock after that long play, 69 yards, touchdown to Joey Stutzman. But the defense stood up tall, and might be even more demoralizing the fact that you pushed them backwards. So it'll be a punt coming up. And that will be from Miles Laurent, the sophomore from Kimberly, Wisconsin. Here is the snap, and the punt is away. Spiraling punt. Stubedick is just going to let it go. Takes a hop back up towards the Eagles' side, and it finally is dead there at about the 19-yard line, and officially that will close out this first half. It is 28-10, a fantastic half for the UWL Eagles, and we go to the intermission break up by 18. Going to take a 3-minute break. We'll give you some halftime stats and first half reaction coming up after this. This is college football on WKTY.
For all of you folks looking to buy a home, even if your realtor suggests another lender, which is totally okay, please do yourself a favor and also give Matt or Troy a call.
That's Bruce Smolek, president of Firefighters Credit Union.
Then, Troy, they don't need to make a deal to pay their rent. These guys will never say or do slimy things just to get a deal closed. Their sole purpose is to serve you and make your life better and get you the best possible deal that's out there. Even if you've already visited with another lender, you owe it to yourself to give Matt or Troy a call. You won't regret it.
Firefighters Credit Union, 5th Avenue South, La Crosse, Amy Drive, Holman, Midwest Drive on Alaska, and more info at myfirecu.org.
Firefighters Credit Union.
Equal housing lender. Membership eligibility required. Deposits federally insured by NCUA.
When Dad needed help getting around, I became his driver. Any daughter would do the same. But soon enough, he needed help doing more things, and it was up to me to be his personal shopper and financial manager, too. And before I knew it, Dad moved in with me. So I became his cook, his personal assistant, his physical therapist, and even his nurse. When I started taking care of Dad, I didn't realize all the roles I'd have to play. But no matter what, I know I'm still his daughter.
We understand the many roles you play. And to help, we created an online caregiving resource center. At aarp.org/caregiving, you can find resources and connect with the caregiving community. Together, we can better care for ourselves and the ones we love. Visit aarp.org/caregiving to learn more. A public service announcement brought to you by AARP and the Ad Council.
Merv from Verve here. It's fall, so it's corn maze season, which means it's pumpkin spice loan season at Verve, which means I'm up on a post dressed as a scarecrow scaring away crows and loan payments.
You don't scare me.
Hello, Mr. Crow. Why are you on my shoulder?
It's what we do.
Well, what I do is help people make smart financial decisions.
Can I get a pumpkin spice loan?
Can you make a video call?
Did you say video call or video?
The first one. You can see and talk to a Verve lender from wherever you are. And right now, when you bring your vehicle loan to Verve, Verve, a credit union. Federally insured by NCUA. Loan rates, terms, conditions, and instant approval based on credit qualifications, account relationship, and approval. Membership eligibility required. Subject to change without notice. Interest will accrue with the Pumpkin Spice loan.
Lacrosse, let's get ready to ride. It's the Professional Championship Bull Riders. Boot Barn Invitational, live at the Lacrosse Center, November 4th and 5th, 7:30 p.m. each night. It's the Professional Championship Bull Riders. Record-setting rides, bone-crushing action, and World Championship Cowgirls barrel racing. The first 300 kids get free cowboy hats. Don't miss the Professional Championship Bull Riders. Boot Barn Invitational, live at the Lacrosse Center, 7:30 p.m. each night. Tickets available at Lacrosse Center or PCBtour.com.
The new WKTY Cares campaign, sponsored by the Kratt Lumber Company of La Crosse and Reinhardt Food Service, is the new way WKTY gives back to our community. Focusing on area programs that support our local kids, athletics, and those in need, WKTY Cares is aiming to make lives better in the Cooley region, with targeted donations to local programs whose primary goal is also helping those in need. In October, the WKTY Cares campaign is proud to award Horse Sense as this month's recipient. Thanks to Kratt Lumber Company of La Crosse and Reinhardt Food Service.
Welcome back to college football on WKTY. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon on a really nice Saturday afternoon for football. As Terry said, mentioning honoring a couple of the championship teams. This one not going to be one of them as far as the standings, but what a great first half for this Eagle team, both offensively, defensively. What kind of numbers stand out to you, Terry?
Well, before I take a look at that, all week long, the coaching staff on the defensive end talked about containing Berghammer and knowing that he can run like Kaiser Helterbrand. So in the first half, they have done just that. He's 6 for 6 passing for 129 yards, but they haven't allowed him out of the pocket. He's only gained 2 yards. You check that. He's only
9 of 14.
9 of 14.
Yep.
I'm looking on the other side, and in terms of running, he really is not even a factor.
Yeah, 1 carry for 5 yards on that read option, and if you count the sacks, obviously that last one was a big one as well. Take a look at some of these team statistics. You take a look at first downs. Eagles lead that one 11-7. The one thing, as far as the rushing game, I thought we really were going to go with a rushing contest, especially with Kaiser Helterbrand coming back, but it's been the passing game of this Eagle offense that has really picked up where it left off last week with Cade Garcia throwing for 5 touchdowns.
If you missed our pregame, we talked about the fact that sometimes maybe the Eagles over-reliant on the running game, not using their thoroughbred receivers that they have. So looking at the stats, 53 yards running and 265 passing. Certainly the Titans loading the box a little bit, keying on Stutzman. And so what do? The Eagles go to the air.
And take a look at the receptions also. Only 1 incompletion. That was from Cade Garcia, who was looking for Joey Stutzman. Overall, 7 of 8 for Garcia, 73 yards and a touchdown. Kaiser Helterbrand obviously helped by that 69-yarder, but very impressive regardless of that. 6 for 6, 129 yards and 2 touchdowns, along with a rushing touchdown for him as well. You take a look at the scoring summary. It started with a 2-yard touchdown run by Cade Garcia, 9:25 left in the first quarter. Made the score 7-0 on a 7-play, 59-yard drive. And then it was UW again after another 3-and-out for UW-Oshkosh. Another 14-yard touchdown pass, this time from Kaiser Helterbrand. That made the score 14-0. Meanwhile, the Oshkosh Titans were able to get on the board with a field goal with 13:27 remaining in the first half, making it 14-3. A couple of touchdown passes going forward. After that, Matthias entered 16 yards from Cade Garcia. Oshkosh answering back with 3:03 left to go in the first half. Tetzlaff with a 15-yard touchdown connection from Kobe Berghammer. And then finally a 69-yard touchdown pass from Joey Stutzman from Kaiser Helterbrand. That one with 2:17 left. And we talked about it before going to break there, Terry, just about that defense getting that momentum back. And they certainly did that with that sack and not allowing another touchdown.
It starts with the way they scheme things and the way they break down tape and the way they go through their practices each and every week. They just seem to get better. We know there's talent there. When you look at the overall talent of the Eagles on both sides of the ball. There's incredible talent, but even more so, there's better preparation and there's better teaching of technique. And they're solid, no question about it. But, one thing, too, that, we talked about Stutzman and his ability to run the ball, be on record as one of the top 2 runners in the history of Eagle football, but only 21 yards on the ground. But wait a minute, 81 yards catching the ball. So, and Eagles using various receivers again, which I've commented on it many times. When you look at Stutzman, Stubendick, Cameron Sorensen, who got things going for the Eagles, and Enters, but Cameron Sorensen only targeted 2 times. I'd like to see that increase in the second half.
And you take a look at also, before we go to a quick break here on halftime, it's 28-10, 11 minutes until the second half here. But Coach Janis talking about how they needed to have sustained drives, not get frustrated by not having those big plays. You take a look at the touchdown drives. It was 7 plays, 11 plays, 11 plays, and obviously that 2-play touchdown drive with a long pass, but they are doing a great job of just taking what Oshkosh gives them, and it has resulted in an 18-point halftime advantage. Going to take a 2-minute break. We'll give you some CBS News, and we'll be back for the second half in just a little bit. This is college football on WKTY.
If you like to talk smack,
while the winner gets one shot on the loser. And to all those armchair virologists, take a pill. Why don't you wees go back to baking bread or putting puzzles together? Sincerely, setting up a speakeasy CrossFit gym. Hoarding protein powder. Stimulus check fraud. Tap out.
Don't miss the Jim Rome Show, weekdays from 2 to 5 on WKTY.
She knows I'm on the air right now. She knows I'm doing a show. I think she had, we were both so busy, sleep deprived. She was like, oh yeah, you're doing the show today. So, yep, gotta run. Okay, have a good show. She wants a new area rug for our living room. What does one do in my position when you're being sent a link to a rug she likes? I'm on the air. This is a full focus job. Billy G, producing, could tell you I am a man of laser focus. Oh, yeah. Very highly focused guy. So highly focused, I didn't even remember to shout out Pat Boyle with sports last hour. I'm not going to make that mistake twice. Do I give an honest opinion about the rug? Do I say, ooh, honey, that looks like it'll really tie the room together in the middle of the show? I don't know if I can ignore the text completely. It's a rug, though. We could discuss this at another time. During the breaks, I'm usually focused on housing water or running to the restroom or something. Or looking up another little brilliant statistical supporting point for whatever point I'm trying to make. I don't have time to look at rugs. I need the fellas out there to tell me what I do. Do I give a perfunctory opinion that's not really what I think just to, have offered an opinion? I need help here. I'm dumb. 855-212-4CBS. I think Aaron Rodgers is great. I think these couple of things, we'll get to the phones here in a second. Green Bay's 3-4. I think Green Bay's staring down the barrel of it pretty bad. Buffalo in primetime could be a humiliating experience. What they want to do isn't working. They want to run the ball. Suddenly they can't. They've had some problems on that offensive line. We know that much. And the guy that is supposed to be, you pay a guy at quarterback $50 million. I think we can all agree on this. He's supposed to be a force multiplier. He erases little mistakes, and then he's a force multiplier for good things, right? That's why you pay him so much money, or else he's not worth it. The guy who's supposed to be fixing all that stuff isn't, in Aaron Rodgers. And I think if he's making $50 million and he has consolidated so much power there, he's the guy who has to bear the majority of the blame. despite being a two-time defending MVP. What say all of you? 855-2124-CBS. Let's go to JD in Alabama. What's up, JD? Nope, dropped out. Let's go to Dan. He's in Milwaukee. 0 for 2. We got Scott, though. Scott.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good, Scott. What's going on, man?
Hey, I'm a diehard Minnesota Vikings fan, and I appreciated your comment when you said that we might run away with the NFC North, but we're 5-1, so that's But all I hear about is talk about Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady all day long, and I realize Kirk Cousins doesn't get.
Yeah, Kirk doesn't move the needle. Don't take it personally. Scott? Oh, Scott, come on. You don't need to hear people like me talking about how good your team is. If they go like 14-3, we're going to be talking Minnesota Vikings. We just might be a little skeptical of old Kirk.
I've been a Viking fan for a long time, and it seems like we're a small market, so we don't get a lot of cred.
Let me ask you something then. Hold on. This is going to be, Scott, this is going to be your chance to sit in the sun for a second here. New head coach up there. Not a defensive guy, an offensive guy from a very good coaching tree, but it's the same Kirk Cousins. Now, I will tell you this from the perspective of a guy doing a show right now that's got a national focus, so it's broad-based, right? I'm a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so I haven't seen a team win a Super Bowl in over a decade. That's like a long gap here. I look at Kirk Cousins from afar, and I see somebody that I think, in the regular season, he's probably going to end up with like 34 touchdowns, 11 interceptions, a very good passer rating, but I don't fear him in the playoffs if my team were to ever see him.
And that's the knock on us, and it's acceptable. But I have a really quick. What I was going to say real quick is everyone on all my starters, and Dalvin Cook is about ready. He has to be ready to explode because he's been kind of like dormant. And when they double Jefferson, Thielen, and KG Osborne are just going to. I just think we have some weapons. Our defense is kind of suspect, but I have a trivia question for you real quick if I can throw this out, and then I'll get off. There's you have another anchor or broadcaster on this network that's a diehard Buffalo Bills fan and doesn't mind letting anybody know. But there's a similarity between the ownership between the Vikings and actually one of my questions is we play the Buffalo Bills on November 13th. I want to get your how you think that might go. But the trivia question is this: Minnesota Vikings, Buffalo Bills, and one of the teams that was just in London this weekend share the same ownership. There's a unique part of the ownership that they have together, and I just want to see if you can figure that out. And I'll get off.
All right, Scott, thank you. Oh, my God. Billy, what is happening now? That is the weird... If that was a Jeopardy question, what am I even supposed to do here? So one of the teams that was in London, the Bills and the Vikings. This is like one of the... I feel like this is an evil mastermind's riddle here in a James Bond movie. No, Mr. Mueller, I expect you to die. What am I missing here? If anybody wants to make sense of what we just heard from Scott, the trivia question thing, where he also, I guess, shouted out the Vikings and thinks this year's going to be different. We'll see about that. Anyone wants to try to make sense of whatever that trivia question was supposed to be, 855-212-4CBS. I got nothing. I'm trying to come up with similarities between the Bills ownership, the Vikings ownership, and who would it... What, one of the teams in London this week? So Denver or the Jaguars? I'm not coming up with much. Tom is on CBS Sports Radio out in Ohio. Hey, Tom.
Bro, if your wife was sending you a picture of a new car...
Yeah.
Or possibly a new paint color for the house...
Mm-hmm.
You might take some time with that. An area rug you come right back with looks great. Because it doesn't matter.
Really ties the room together, honey. I think it... you know what I could even
wonderful.
say? You know what I could even say, Tom, during like the... and she would... I think she would buy this, although maybe not. If she's listening, by the way, I'm in big trouble. But I could even say, oh, honey, it brings out the color in the walls really nicely. This is perfect.
See, I've been there, so I laughed so hard when I heard that. Because I do a little thing, and I'll get these messages. And on air, you could see me looking down, like smiling, like, seriously, is this the time to talk about chicken nuggets? I mean, really?
I was like a beige rug, and I was like, man, is there a color that inspires less opinions than beige? Like what you don't want to be as a talk show host is the beige of talk show hosts.
But it's not going to cost enough to make that much of a difference. So, yeah, you know what? If you love that, I love it too.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going with. By the way, now that you called in on this, I do have to ask, are you a Rodgers fan? Are you a Packers guy, or are you somebody else? Are you just calling for some advice guy to guy here that you wanted to dispense?
Well, that was part of it, but I'm not a Rodgers fan. I think in the big moments he doesn't come through, and he's got too much talent, and he's had a lot of talent around him to be using that excuse. Mm-hmm. Come on.
I think that's right, Tom. I think that's a basic critique of him.
Hey, Lacrosse, don't miss the Bill Michaels Show every day from 11 to 2 right here on WKTY. Join me to discuss our favorite sports teams like the Brewers, Packers, Badgers, Bucks, and a lot more. I'm going to give you my opinion, speak with expert guests, and I'm going to chat with you as well. Just give me a call. The Bill Michaels Show, weekdays from 11 to 2 on Western Wisconsin's sports talk leader, WKTY.
Welcome back to college football. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson live with you here this afternoon from Titan Stadium in Oshkosh as the second half just about set to get underway. Eagles will get the football to begin the second half. And Terry, they're getting a little bit, they're kind of perfecting that status, getting a touchdown late and obviously getting a touchdown out of the second half locker room. But what are some of your keys to the second half to get a victory here today?
Well, before I reveal those, I just want to say that it was kind of emotional at halftime introducing two championship teams. But my focus was on Pat Cerrone, who was the longtime head coach here, who left last year sort of unexpectedly. Players that he had recruited that are now on the team, giving him a handshake and a hug and so on, and he's coaching football, high school football now in Alabama. But one thing we didn't cover too at halftime, I talked early on about one of the keys to the game being red zones. Last year, taking advantage of red zone conversions. Eagles last week, 7 for 7. At halftime, 3 for 3.
Yep.
Overall, through their 88% in red zone completions, one of the top in the country at all levels in terms of red zone. What am I going to watch in the second half? Maybe the Eagles go back to that sustained shortening the field and taking away the clock and so on with the running game. But my prediction is that the Titans will continue to load the box, make it difficult. So look for the Eagles to stay perhaps in the air and making good decisions in terms of those passes. So turnovers would result in momentum shifting to the other side for the Titans.
No question about that, as the teams are set to make the way onto the field for the kickoff. And EWL in their white jerseys, white pants, silver helmets, Roman numerals, maroon numerals.
That's when I played Roman numerals.
Right. That'd be difficult to do it play-by-play, I got to tell you. Be a lot of too much thinking involved. I don't think I've got it in me.
Was there play-by-play back then?
I don't know. Eagles will go from left to right.
There weren't many rules, I can tell you.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just might as well be in the Coliseum, just gladiators.
Yeah,
playing football.
And then all of a sudden, a lion comes through. Somebody releases a lion. It eats up half the people playing. And by the way, if you read stories of those times, and then as people are getting eaten up by lions, the crowd just roars.
Yeah, it's just the best part of the entire event, right?
I don't think I'd want to live during those days.
28-10 as we get underway in the second half. The Eagles will go from left to right, as we mentioned. Right to left for Oshkosh. And UWL trying to get their momentum back that they took into the locker room at the halftime break.
See if the introduction of those two championship teams at halftime will inspire the Titans in the second half. Huge hill to climb, but you never know.
Yep. I mean, with that explosive offense, and we saw glimpses of it in that first half. Just those big plays that Bergham was able to complete, 9 of 14, but over 140 yards through the air. So obviously he has that big playability on his side. And Coach Janis talked about taking what the defense gives you. And as you mentioned, Terry, it could just mean taking those outside one-on-one opportunities. Here is Stupanek on return, out across the 10, out across the 20. And he is pulled down at about the 24-yard line, which is where the Eagles will start their next possession, officially the 25, so the same as a touchback.
Braden Ott from Somerset making the tackle on that special teams unit.
First down and 10 for UWL. I'll give you some other scores from around the WIAC when we have a moment. As once again, it'll be Cade Garcia leading the team out onto the field to begin the second half. Joey Stutzman right behind him in the pistol formation. One receiver set to each side of the formation. Cade, great half for him. 7 of 8, 73 yards and a touchdown. Looking to continue that success. Handoff is to Joey Stutzman. He is going to run right side and cut it back up the middle, but nothing there really. It's a gain of 1, 2nd and 9.
Geez, a bright yellow shirt right there to meet him. Number 2, we talked about him before, Brandon Colgan, defensive lineman from Appleton, making the tackle.
He had a pretty good first half there, and continuing where he left off in the first half with a nice tackle on the first play of the second half. 3 receivers out on the left side, 1 to the right, shotgun in the backfield as Stutzman lines up to the left of Cade Garcia in that shotgun. And a long delayed handoff as Stutzman continues to jitterbug his way towards the line of scrimmage, and he actually picked up a yard. Timing was a little bit helter-skelter there, Terry, and it's 3rd down and 8.
Yeah, Brandon Colgan again will not get the tackle on the charts, but he turned him in and made great penetration.
3 receivers set again to the left side, 1 to the right. Big 3rd down and 8 to begin the second half here. Garcia in the shotgun formation. And now they'll look to the sideline for a possible audible. And not a bad decision to kind of kill this momentum. Go to the sideline, let the play clock bleed out a little bit. Here's Garcia, 5-step drop, looks to the left side on a comeback route, sliding to make the catch and incomplete. Sorensen unable to hang on. He had defenders on his back. It's 4th down and 8.
Only the 5th time he's been targeted that time. Not sure that was his fault.
Nope. Just a little bit too much to go back towards the football.
Having a discussion with Garcia on the sideline.
So 4th down and 8. Punting unit will come out for the first time here this afternoon. For the first time in 2 weeks. They did not punt at all against Stevens Point last Saturday afternoon.
We get to see Ryan Kruger from Marshfield here. John Larson, his coach.
Here is the snap. The punt is away. It's a high end-over-end punt. 2 return men back there and taking a fair catch at the 36-yard line that time is number 15, Nate Smith.
We'll see if that defensive stop transfers into some momentum on the other side for the Titans.
Obviously, Eagles looking to prevent that. Berghammer will come out. Yellow jerseys, black pants, black helmets. Trying to get back into the conference race. Make a possible bid for the playoffs. Would have to obviously win out for that to happen. 2 receivers off to the right side and 1 to the left. Shotgun in the backfield.
Press coverage on the outside.
Berghammer takes the snap, fakes the handoff to McCudden, and now it's going to be a pass out to the right side and incomplete as Pat Wade was right in the face of the intended target that time, number 8. That was Troy Jandron in 2nd down and 10.
Good coverage on the outside by the Eagles in that quarter coverage. And looks like a Titan penalty, huh?
Yep, conferencing of officials right now. So we'll see what it will be. Now the refs are going to be going over to Coach Janis. Penalty flag is at the 35-yard line.
Only 1 penalty on the Titans in the first half and 2 on the Eagles.
Penalty is declined, and so it remains 2nd down and 10. Coach Janis opting to take the incompletion when he can get it with this high-powered offensive attack. 1 receiver going to be lined up to the left side, 3 to the right, shotgun in the backfield. McCudden lined up to the left of Berghammer in the shotgun. 13-17 to go in this third quarter. Oshkosh first possession of the second half. And here's the snap. 3-step drop for Kobe Berghammer. Ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage and almost one-handed snagged by Cade Osborne, who had great coverage. It's third down.
He did, and the receiver looking at the official saying, I think he held on to me early, but the official said, nah, that was good defense by that Eau Claire boy.
Absolutely. Third down and 10 coming up. Just had a weird carom. I don't know if it hit a helmet or off a hand, but Garcia, who was kind of blanketed from behind the receiver, almost came down with the interception.
See if the Eagles send the house here on third down.
One receiver off to the left side, two to the right. Shotgun to the backfield. McCutton to the right of Berghammer. Spychala faking blitz. Guam doing the same. Now they'll come. They come with pressure. Berghammer stands in there, fires to the right side. Soft coverage and breaking through a couple of arm tackles. Finally dragged down from behind at about the 36-yard line. Number 19, Terrell Carey. He's had a big game so far. And it's 1st and 10 Oshkosh.
Yes, it was a tight window, and he was able to complete it. Fortunately, Aaron Schmitz, the 5'8 sophomore from Waconago, 29 tackles coming in to this afternoon, saved a possible touchdown.
So 1st down and 10. They're able to pick up the third down conversion. Trips receivers bunched up to the left side and one to the right. 5 receiver set, pistol in the backfield. McCutton right behind Berghammer. Berghammer takes the snap, drops the snap, now picks it up on a hop, fires to Carey, left side, and it's going to be a gain of about 4 on the play to the 31-yard line, rather. It's 2nd down and 6.
You talk about a hard open field tackle. Oh, my goodness. That time the Eagles number 9 with a great A.J. Spychala. No wonder he's all conference. He just almost decapitated the receiver.
2nd down and 5. Good job by Berghammer not to lose his head, as he just simply picked up the football, fired it off to the left side, and Carey was open for a quick 5-yard gain. One receiver to each side of the formation, 2 H-backs right side in the backfield. And here is the handoff to McCutton. McCutton squeezes through a small hole, gets to about the 27-yard line, going to be 2 yards shy of a 1st and 10.
Haven't talked much about this Westby star Ryan Daines, but that time he was the principal tackler.
11.5 to go here in the third quarter. Eagles went 3 and out on their opening possession, trying to hold the Oshkosh Titans back offensively here.
I want to send our wishes out to Bob Constantly, too, who was involved in this broadcast, either listening or watching from Westby, having some health issues, so we hope the best for you.
Couple of H-backs in the backfield here, as it is a pistol formation. Otherwise, one receiver off to each side. Berghammer sends instructions to McCutton. McCutton with the handoff, and he got through a couple of Eagle defenders in the backfield and gets enough for a 1st and 10. He got 4 on the play, needed just 2.
Yeah, actually could have been stopped in the backfield, and Nate Hypus, the defensive lineman from Little Chute, mad at himself because he let the receiver get right past him.
Nice juke move in the backfield to shred him, and it'll be a 1st down and 10. Chains do move. One receiver off to each side again. Shotgun in the backfield this time. Berghammer awaits the snap. Fakes it. And again, Eagles do not jump offside. Oh, and now they do. Yep, it's going to be a encroachment penalty. That's the 2nd time. And now they're going to say false start. They say the defensive lineman was influenced to go into the neutral zone by a false start by Oshkosh.
I think the left guard moved early. I think that's what it was, Max Shaning from Algoma. I think he moved prior to the snap.
So 1st and 15 after the penalty as opposed to 1st down and 5, and that pushes it back to the 28-yard line. It'll be 10-21 remaining in this third quarter. See if the Eagles can make it hurt there with that penalty. 2 receivers off to the right side and 1 to the left. Pistol formation in the backfield. H-back right side in the backfield as well. Berghammer takes the snap, turns and hands it off to McCutton. McCutton waiting for his blocks. Not much materializes. He picks up maybe 3. Brings up 2nd down and 12.
Not bad blocking on that left side. Again, Ryan Daines, first guy to meet him, along with number 1, Tyler Bowman. Or check that, Jack Kelly.
Kelly's been everywhere so far here this afternoon. Did get a sack towards the end of the first half, along with Ryan Daines.
Kelly, all-conference. Good baseball player, too, for the Eagles.
Trips receivers off to the right side, none to the left. Shotgun in the backfield here. As it is Berghammer awaiting the snap. Eagles show blitz. We'll see if they come with it. 2nd and 12 with 9:20 to go. Here's the handoff from McCudden, number 1 that time. That is DJ Stewart breaking through a couple of arm tackles at the end, and he gets about 6 on the play.
Just poor tackling on that particular play. Ran right through Josh Dorschner at 6'6", senior, 6th-year player.
Pickup
conference.
Terry, pickup of 8 there. It's going to be 3rd down and 4 coming up. They got to get to the 13-yard line, currently at the 16. 9 minutes to go, third quarter. We'll see if any field goals are coming the way of Oshkosh's offense or not, or if they're just going 4-down territory when they're in that area. Trips receivers right and none left. Berghammer. Running back goes out in motion. That's Stewart. Alone in the shotgun is Berghammer over the middle, and that's going to be caught for a touchdown. Steger. Elijah Alt was right there, but a great catch in coverage, and it's 28-16.
Yeah, that seam route down the middle. Touchdown, good pass, and great coverage. But took it away from him. As you said, coverage was there.
Yeah.
By Elijah Alt.
So Sam Keisner will kick the extra point here for the Titans of Oshkosh. And here's the snap, a little bit of a low snap, and now the holder has to run for his life, flings it into the end zone, through the back of the end zone, and that's going to be incomplete. 28-16 after the botched extra point attempt. And we'll keep an eye on that play there, as that could have huge ramifications going forward.
Miles Laurent tried to make something out of that. The holder from Kimberly, but
to no avail. 28-16, Eagles on top, 60-second timeout. We are back after this. This is college football on WKTY.
If you're a sports fan, you can't afford to miss the Dan Patrick Show on WKTY. Nick Wright, First Things First co-host, Fox Sports 1. It was great meeting your wife when we went to dinner and she came in. It was very nice.
It was. She's a wonderful woman. I mean, I think at some point you implied that you could buy her a fine piece of jewelry.
I guess we've opened up the door.
Yeah.
And you wear a fake Breitling on First Things First. Okay?
What a son of a bitch.
You said you bought 3 fake Breitlings, correct?
Okay. And 1 real one for her.
I just said, look, if your wife needed a Breitling,
yeah,
come to Daddy.
Don't miss the Dan Patrick Show, weekday mornings 9 to 11 on WKTY, 96.7 FM, 580 AM.
Welcome back to college football on WKTY. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson as the kick return for Stubendick got to the 21-yard line, but we do have a penalty flag also as the refs are conferencing. We'll see what this penalty is going to be, but doesn't look good for UWL.
No, while you were away, Mac Mella, a linebacker from Plymouth, with just an outstanding open field tackle.
And a holding penalty on the Eagles, so that'll push them back 10 yards to the 11-yard line, which is where the Eagles will start their next possession. And Kaiser Heltzebrand back into the game. We've seen a lot of 1- and 2-play drives from Kaiser with his athleticism, Terry. It wouldn't be a bad idea, I don't think, maybe for a quarterback read option or draw play to kind of get out of the shadow of your own end zone. We'll see what they do. 28-16, 8:37 to go here in this third quarter. Pistol formation. Now it is a shotgun. Stutzman off to the right. It's going to be a handoff to Joey. Good hole as he cuts it back in the middle and picks up about 7 yards on the 1st and 10 carry.
Good hole is right. Yostin part of that tackling on that left side. Getting a hole for Stutzman along with number 76, Noah Coleman.
So it's officially a gain of 6 on the play, so they needed 4 more to go. 2 receivers out to the right side, none to the left. Yost and the H-back in the backfield towards the left side of the formation. Pistol otherwise. Here's Kaiser Helterbrand. Sends Stutzman off to his left, now in the shotgun. Kaiser takes the snap, a little bit of a high snap, hands it off to Joey. Joey is going to take the right side this time, picks up maybe 3 more, and it brings up 3rd down and 1.
Yolston lined up on the left side, but Stutzman went to the right side and just short of the 1st down.
So we'll see if the Eagles can pick up this 3rd down and short situation. Cam Sorensen, Matthias enters, lined up to the left side, nobody to the right. And the bells chime again here at Oshkosh on 3rd downs. Eagles have done a pretty good job, especially in that first half, of converting these. Let's see if Kaiser can do it here. Shotgun in the backfield. Here's a quarterback draw. Kaiser runs into a wall. Does he push the pile forward far enough?
I think he did.
Far side official says he got it, and he does.
He did. The line judge on our side pointed right away, but pretty good defense that time. Number 2, God, we've talked about Brandon Cogan, that defensive lineman from Appleton, so often this afternoon. He thought he denied the 1st down.
It was a nice battle up front for both offense and defensive lines, and just getting enough was the offensive side of the football. 2 receivers off to the left side and 1 to the right. Shotgun in the backfield with Kaiser Helterbrand. Joey Stutzman off to his left. 6:38 to go, 3rd quarter. Eagles lead at 28-16. Number 8 ranked Eagles, number 24 ranked Titans, and now here's Stutzman. He just fell over. Not sure if he tried to put his foot on the ground or what, but it's going to be a loss of about 4.
I don't like that play from the beginning. At that time, Javion St. Julian from Kenosha made a good tackle.
So 2nd and 14, ball at the 16-yard line. 6:10 to go in this 3rd quarter. Eagles lead it once again by 12.
Should mention Bryce Edwards, a star from Sparta, part of that defensive line.
4 receivers.
6'2 sophomore.
4 receivers set here, 2 right, 2 left. Shotgun for Kaiser. Alone for him. Quarterback draw. Runs to the right side, looking for blocking, and he does a nice job bouncing off the initial hole tackle, and it's going to be out to the 26-yard line, so it makes it a little bit easier 3rd down situation.
Yeah, that was designed quarterback power right behind Yolston. Thought he had more yards to begin with. The hole closed quickly.
3rd down and 6 coming up. Got to get to the 31-yard line. Ball currently at the Eagle 25. Again, coaching staff and players trying to get the fans fired up. 3 receivers out to the left side and 1 to the right. Kaiser with a running back Stutzman off to his right. 3-step drop in the backfield. Kaiser steps up, avoids the sack. Now is sacked on the 2nd attempt. Ball came loose. He's able to recover it. Kaiser is from this backside, thankfully. And it's going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, just decided to run. I thought he kind of took off a little too early that time. And as a result, a sack.
Yep, 4th down and 10. They did say that fumble was live, but a good job by Kaiser to at least be aware and picked it up while he was still on the ground. It's 4th down and 10. Punting unit comes on for the 2nd straight possession.
Javion St. Julian again, the disruptor.
Stephen Flores, the junior wide receiver to the return man, standing back at his 40-yard line. Pressure is on Krieger. It's a high punt. Flores has to call for the fair catch, and he will do so at the Oshkosh 42-yard line. So we've got a game here, Terry, as the Oshkosh Titans have clearly taken momentum. We'll see if the defense can get that momentum back a little bit here.
Yeah, I absolutely agree with you. I'm a little concerned as we are approaching 4 minutes in this 3rd quarter.
4:17 remaining in this 3rd stanza. Kobe Berghammer will go back out on the field. Number 1, DJ Stewart, the running back, to his right side. 2 receivers off to the right, none to the left. The main offensive weapon in the backfield, Peter McCudden's pretty much been shut down here. We'll see if they go to Stewart the remainder of the game or not. 2 receivers right, once again, none left. Shotgun in the backfield. Here's Berghammer. 3-step drop, pressure in his face immediately. Trying to step up, incomplete. He was hit as he threw from behind. Dorschner, it's 2nd down and 10. Whistle has not blown, or has it?
Yeah, but Dorschner was the reason. He stepped up, but Dorschner kept his balance and created the issue, and forced him to throw the ball off balance, incomplete.
So 2nd down and 10. Pat Wade picked it up, thinking it might be a live ball, but everybody thought it was pretty much dead besides him.
Always assume the ball's live, right?
You gotta. That's what you're taught to do, just in case. As it is, it's a 2nd down and 10 with a receiver off to the left side and 2 to the right. Shotgun in the backfield. Ian Stewart to the right of Berghammer. 4:12 remaining. Berghammer takes the snap. Play action fake. Rolls out to the right side. That's going to be complete along the sideline and trying to push the defenders forward there. Number 13, Stefan Flores. And that will move the chains.
Well, good tackle by Ryan Daines, but not until the 1st down. And the chains move, and the excitement builds here with the home Titans.
Yep. Apologies, Dan Feinhardt, the wide receiver, sophomore from Waukesha, with the catch. So 1st and 10 at the Eagle 41-yard line. 3:46 to go in the 3rd quarter. 2 receivers left and 1 right. H-back left side in the backfield. Shotgun also. Berghammer awaits the snap. And he takes it. 3-step drop. Pressure up the middle as he rolls out to the right side. Fires across his body to the middle of the field. Incomplete. Penalty flag comes down.
I disagree with that.
I totally do.
Completely.
Man.
Oh, my goodness.
Just frustration on the face of Pat Wade. I thought he had excellent coverage. And at the very end, the receiver fell down, and that's what caused the penalty flag to come out.
A lot of good calls in this game and in many games, but that was horrible.
Yeah. So it's unfortunately an automatic 1st down off the pass interference call. And that'll push it to the Eagle 26-yard line.
Boy, that call will be reviewed by the assigner, and that will not be something that will be good in his file.
Yep. So the Eagles, a little bit of adversity here, have to stand tall. We've seen it time and again. They can do it, and they have done it. We talked about in the interview with Coach Janis, not every game is going to be like the last couple. It's going to have some webs and flows.
I see Matt Janis still upset about that call.
He should be. 1 receiver to each side. Again, 2 H-backs to the backfield. Pistol otherwise behind. Berghammer roll out to the left side. All sorts of time in the pocket deep down the field, and that's going to be incomplete. Through the back of the end zone, they say ball is uncatchable, and it's going to be 2nd down and 10.
Well, I thought
that might be a makeup call there, Jerry.
I was kind of worried about that. Looked like it could have been offensive pass interference, but when there's just mild contact, like we just saw there, and like there was no contact on an earlier one, flag stays in your pocket.
Yep. 2nd down and 10 there as the ball went through the back of the end zone. Good coverage there by Kate Osborne. 2 receivers off to the left side and 1 to the right. Shotgun in the backfield. Berghammer awaits the snap. 3:18 remaining in this 3rd period. McCudden back into the game. Play action fake to him. They fire a slant pattern. Complete across the 20 to the 19-yard line there. Number 13, and that's Stefan Flores again. Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Good coverage, though, by Pat Wade, the defensive back from Kenosha.
And they say officially a 7-yard gain, so 3rd and 3. And the play clock must be kept on the field, Terry, as currently they've just got it at 0 and not even worrying about it, doesn't seem like.
Keep an eye on the back, Judge.
Yep. 2 receivers right, 1 left. 3rd down here for Oshkosh. Berghammer fakes the snap the one time. Now goes up towards his offensive lineman, giving him instructions. And back into the shotgun he goes. Takes the snap. Play action fake. Goes to the right side. Complete on an out pattern to Steger. Steger is slung down inside the 15 and finally tackled at the 10. And so that's a gain of 9, and it moves the chains again.
Yeah. Again, the momentum on the side of the Titans tackle that time by Elijah Alt, but not till the 1st down for the Titans.
And we'll see if the Eagles go back to that press tight coverage here, obviously at the 10-yard line. Titans have been kind of eating them alive with the soft zones and that sort of coverage. 2 receivers left, none right. Berghammer Feels pressure. Flushed out to his right side. Fires towards the back of the end zone. And coming back to the football and catching it for the touchdown there. Number 4, Jimmy Duvall, the junior tight end. And it's 28-22. And we'll see if they go for 2 or the extra point.
Well, Aaron Schmidt on defense, but he made a good adjustment and had Aaron Schmitz behind him and spun around, and 6 points.
So once again, extra point coming your way here by Nolan Mobley, the Oak Creek High School kicker. And here's the snap, hold, kick is up, and it is good. And so the Eagles going to have to batten down the hatchets here as we've got a 5-point ball game with 1:52 left to go in this third quarter. 28-23, we're back in 60 seconds. This is college football on WKTY.
If it's happening in Wisconsin sports, you'll hear about it on the Wisco Sports Show.
David Gasper, read his stuff reviewing the brew. Let's just go right into the random brewers. 2 words for your clue. Rule 5.
I know exactly who you're talking about.
Who is it?
Wei Chung Wong.
Yes! I thought he was going to be this next big ticket. And he never played, and then he was just gone.
Yeah.
But we talked
That's
about it.
because he was terrible.
Well, yeah, he sucked.
They kept him in there all season long, so they were a man down in the bullpen, and then the bullpen ended up being super fatigued by the time they got to August and September. Remember the collapse in 2014? That was part of it. So Wei Chung Wong indirectly led to the collapse of the Brewers in 2014.
This is why I have you on. This is why we do this stupid segment. It's because we forget about history. If we don't remember our history, we are doomed to repeat it.
Talking Wisconsin sports with Grant Bilse. It's the Wisco Sports Show on WKTY.
Welcome back to college football. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson live with you here this evening from Oshkosh as the Titans have come up with 2 consecutive scores out of the halftime break, Terry, and Eagles back at their own 25 after the touchback, and some much-needed momentum on the side of the Eagles.
The best way to stop that excitement on the Titans sideline is run the clock out to the quarter. Just patiently, methodically take the ball down the field and certainly hang on to the ball.
2 receivers to each side of the formation. Couple of 3-and-outs so far for this offense in the second half. Shotgun now. Handoff is to Joey Stutzman. Big hole up the middle. Gets about 6 on the play to the 31-yard line.
Much better running that time. Running behind big number 74, Cole Greco, the right guard from Greenfield.
You take a look at the third down conversions in that first half. 5 of 6. Really the biggest difference so far in this second half, Terry, is just a lot of third and longs.
Exactly.
Second down and 4 receiver set, 3 left, 1 right, shotgun to the backfield. Garcia trying to get the defense to jump. Almost did it, but Oshkosh remains steady. Garcia now with Stutzman off to his left of the shotgun. High snap. Garcia picks it up and just falls on it. And from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 12, not what you need right there.
Yeah, just not something that the Eagles do very often with as polished as they are in their center, and Alex Bonger's all-conference. Doesn't usually snap the ball anywhere but right to the quarterback's hands.
3rd down and 12. See if they go to Sorensen here on a big 3rd down opportunity. Fans are loving it right now in this third quarter with 30 seconds remaining. Garcia, shotgun formation, all sorts of time, going over the middle, looking for his man, and it is hauled in. Matthias enters in double coverage at the 41 of Oshkosh.
I think triple coverage. Oh, my goodness. What you talk about what exactly the Eagles needed, and that was not an easy pass. The window was awful tight.
Absolutely. Just high pointing to the football as well. Matthias enters. We talked about that big frame. Had a touchdown reception earlier this game. 6'2", 205 pounds out of North Barrington, Illinois. And that is going to lend us to the end of the third quarter. And just what the doctor ordered for the Eagles as they'll be going right to left in the fourth quarter. It's 28-23. Top 25 matchup living up to the hype. We got the fourth quarter coming your way next. 60-second timeout. This is college football in WKTY.
Midwest Family Entertainment.
We had Midwest Family Entertainment for our reception DJ.
I emailed probably 5 different DJ companies and chose the one that was best fit for my wedding, which was Midwest Family Entertainment. It was very easy, very fun getting everything put together. We made a list of requested songs so that the DJ could play them all. Everything went perfectly. You have to have a good DJ if you want to have a fun reception. My advice would be to call Midwest Family Entertainment.
MidwestFamilyEntertainment.com.
Keep your floors scratch-free and looking their best with help from Menards. Shepherd Hardware is known as a recognized leader in floor protection. Menards carries a great selection of caster wheels, furniture sliders, and more protective products. Defend your floors against damage today with 11% off all floor protection products from Shepherd Hardware. Good through October 30th. Savings are a mail-in rebate. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Save big money at Menards.
Welcome back. Start of the fourth quarter. Terry Erickson, Drew Kelly live with you this afternoon. 28-23, first and 10 for the Eagles at the Oshkosh 36 after that big-time pass play down the middle of the field. Shotgun in the backfield. Kate Garcia hands it off to Joey Stutzman. Runs left side. Big hole. He's into the secondary. Toying with a cornerback as he's finally wrapped up at the 14-yard line.
Jeez, you talk about a great hole. We haven't seen many of those wild caverns here this afternoon, but that was a pretty block, and he did the rest himself. But spectacular blocking at the point of attack.
Down to the 13-yard line on the big run on the first play from scrimmages, the start of the fourth quarter. 2 receivers right and 1 left. Once again, shotgun. Stutzman off to the right of Garcia. Cade looking to the sideline, looking at the cornerback, see how far off they're playing. Handoff is to Stutzman. Stutzman left side again. Bowers through a hole, gets to the 5-yard line. Somehow snuck out the backside of it, and second down and 1.
Yeah, the excitement that you have in your voice right there. He ran through Bryce Hinn, a linebacker from Oshkosh, right here, and got some extra yardage.
So a 9-yard pickup there inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. They can technically get a first down here, but...
You going to reward him again now, or what?
We'll see. He's off in the shotgun again, left side of Kaiser Helterbrand.
You run right to the left behind the left line and Yolston on that left side.
Trips receivers right. Kaiser Helterbrand in on 2nd and 1. Helterbrand takes the snap, quarterback draw. He has a nice juke move as he gets into the end zone, almost untouched. And the Eagles answer back with a huge touchdown. It's back to a 34-23 lead.
They loaded the left side, Drew, with Yolston and Stutzman behind him, and Helterbrand goes the other way. And we have a
penalty flag, it looks like, Terry.
Maybe
you can't really tell.
After the touchdown, maybe.
Waiting for the official's call here. Ryan Byrne is still out there practicing extra points.
I see an evaluator on the sideline, too, from the WIAC, looking at each call and documenting each penalty. I don't know what we have here. Let's see.
After the play on sportsmanlike conduct on the Titans. And so that's going to be enforced on the kickoff. So it is 34-23. On sportsmanlike something on the Titans after the touchdown there by Helterbrand. And now extra point coming up for Ryan Byrne. Byrne. Snap, hold, kick is up. It is on the way, and it is good. So UWL back to a 12-point lead, 13:29 to go in the game. We're going to take a 60-second timeout. This is college football on WKTY.
Oh, hey there. You guys want to head up to the cities to go catch a Vikings game in the bank?
Well, hop the bus to US Bank Stadium for the Vikings and the Jets on Sunday, December 4th. The Vikes are rolling.
And the Jets are actually good this year? Okay, maybe good might be a bit of a stretch, but this could definitely be a key game.
Plus, you can see the all-new home of the Minnesota Vikings. Get up to US Bank Stadium with deluxe motor coach transportation from Onalaska. Plus, great seats to catch all the action. Get tickets and details now at radiostuffstore.com.
When you feel that crispness in the air, it can only mean one thing. You're ready for football at Nutbush City Limits. Catch college and NFL games at Nutbush all season long. The only thing better than the crispness in the air is a cold beer touching your lips. Get domestic buckets for just $11 at the Bush, or grab yourself a 2-topping pizza with a domestic pitcher for only $22. When you're ready for some football, go to Nutbush City Limits. New building, same old bar. Come as you are, off Highway 35 and Onalaska to Nutbush City Limits.
Back here at UW-Oshkosh, Drew Kelly and Terry Erickson live with you this afternoon. Ryan Byrne getting set to kick this one away from midfield after the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty on the Titans. It is just going to be a high pooch kick. And takes a beautiful hop getting down there. The special teams coverage. It's going to be 1st and 10 for the Titans at the 6-yard line.
Boy, you talk about excitement by number 53 for the Eagles. Landon Oin from Marengo, Illinois, was the first Eagle down there.
Well, if I'm ever in a best shot, I'm picking Ryan Byrne as my partner in the short game because he just stuck that at the 5-yard line. And
designed pooch kick.
Yeah.
Huh?
Perfect spin on the football, and obviously that would have been a live ball if the Eagles were able to get down there to it, but nevertheless, it is going to be 1st down and 10 at the 6-yard line. And you can see just the momentum that was just about to explode in this stadium kind of sucked out the window with that touchdown and with that kick. 1st down and 10, 2 receivers off to the right side, 1 to the left. And here is the handoff this time. It is number 1, DJ Stewart. He runs the middle. Decent hole, and now we've got 8 guys trying to push and pull the running back which way they want to take him, and Stewart picks up officially 5.
Josh Dorsher slowed him down, and friends came to the party.
So it'll be 2nd down and 5. Have to get to the 16-yard line for a 1st and 10. 12:57 to go in this 4th quarter. 2 straight touchdowns by Oshkosh to begin the 3rd. And then UWL answering early in the 4th with a touchdown of their own. 2 receivers right, 1 left. Berghammer in the shotgun. And now it's going to be a read option here. Berghammer is tracked down, maybe got back to the line, but that's it. They say he officially got a yard. It's 3rd down and 4.
He tried to get to the boundary side, but on that read option, designed run. But Merrick Dixon from Dubuque, Iowa, nope. I told you in the pregame all week long they've worked on containing Berghammer.
Yeah,
they have.
Him running the football has been non-existent here this afternoon. And even, obviously, scrambling outside the pocket, he's not found any lanes to run. 3 receivers bunched up to the right side, 1 out to the left. Stewart, the running back, to the left of Berghammer. 3rd down and 3. Again, the target is the 16-yard line. Berghammer over the middle, and that's complete. Great catch. Good coverage, but just a better catch there. Number 13, Stefan Flores, the junior, moves the chains again.
You're right. It was good coverage. Shane Lang, the first guy there from Ellsworth.
One of those you give the man his due to a certain degree. He's going to check out of the ball game as Flores. A couple of tight ends come in to protect Berghammer on this 1st down and 10. With Stewart right behind him in the pistol. 2 receivers left and 1 right. Berghammer, play action fake. As he goes to the right side, complete again, this time out across the 30 to about the 32-yard line. Caught by number 16, Trey Tetzlaff, the sophomore from Waukesha. And another 1st and 10.
Good play action again, and a semi-roll to the boundary side, and chains move. Titans on the march.
Yep, run a lot of those comeback routes for 14, 15 yards, and I think they're just the Eagles are just trying to avoid that big play given up and say if they're going to beat us on 10 plays down the field, then go ahead and do it, I guess. 2 receivers left, 1 right, shotgun to the backfield, Berghammer, with Stewart off to his left. H-back right side of the line as well. Play action fake again, looks to the left the whole way, down the left sideline, he's got a man open, and he hits him in stride, down to the 14, make it the 13-yard line. That's Carey again, who got a step on his man in his 1st and 10.
Got a step on Pat Wade, the freshman from Kenosha. single coverage, press coverage. Needs some help from the Tampa 2 behind him is what he needs.
So Carey's had a fantastic game here this afternoon. Continues that with that long catch. The senior from Madison. So first down and 10 in the Eagle red zone. 2 receivers right, none left. Stewart, the running back, to the right in the shotgun of Berghammer, the quarterback. 10 minutes to go in the game. Eagles 35, Titans 23. Kobe looks for the snap, finally takes it. 3-step drop, waiting for somebody to develop down the field. It's caught. Great job on the juke move and picks up another first down that time. Tetzlaff again. There's actually going to say he's short by a yard, but it's going to be 2nd down and 1.
Thought the left guard moved a little early, and the official didn't notice it or didn't think he did. And as a result,
officially 2 yards to go. Got to get to the 3 for a 1st and 10 at the 5-yard line with 9:25 remaining in the game.
In the red zone, let's see if the Eagles can step up to the challenge here.
Berghammer, Stewart right behind him. Doesn't drop back, fade route to the right side, and a interference call on Cade Osborne there. Going to set up 1st and goal for the Titans coming up.
Oh, boy, I know I'm an Eagle fan, but I don't know about that one either.
There's been a couple of those.
That would be replayed again and discussed.
Yep.
On Monday in the conference call.
So 1st down and goal at the 2. The Eagles trying to maybe force a fumble if they do decide to run the football. 9:14 left to go in the game. 12-point lead against the number 24 ranked team in the country at UW-Oshkosh. And UWL obviously fighting against this hostile environment. I would imagine, obviously UWL is ranked higher, but this is a statement win all the same if the Eagles are able to pull it out here. And here is the rollout to the right side, wide open, almost into the end zone, but incomplete through the side. Not able to get his feet down that time.
A new formation we haven't seen. They huddle, they go under center, 2 wings, double wing, and the old traditional 1920 play.
DJ Stewart trying to get his feet in balance. He could not do it. It was a rollout to the right side. And obviously, they were on the right hash mark, so not a lot of room to run, or not a lot of room to deal with there. Unable to come up with it. 2nd and goal at the 2, 9:09 remaining in the game. Shotgun formation, McCutton comes in.
Back to a spread.
Yep, 3 receivers left. None to the right. Berghammer comes up near his offensive lineman, now goes back into the shotgun. McCutton lines up now to the right. Here's a draw play to the right side as Berghammer dives for the goal line. He gets in for the touchdown. Back to a 1-possession game with 9:06 remaining.
Not surprised at that run, but I am surprised that he ran right through A.J. Spichala, the senior from Muskego.
So 35-29, 9:06 to go in the game. Extra point coming up here from number 80, Nolan Mobley, the freshman from Oak Creek. He has missed an extra point. It was not his fault. The snap was a little bit too low. Here's the snap here. It's blocked again. They have blocked the extra point. 35-29, 9:06 to go in the game.
Who do you think blocked it? Cade Osborne.
Osborne has been all over the place on special teams this season.
Yeah.
What a great job there, and it remains a 6-point lead for the Eagles. So we're going to take a 30-second timeout. Back after this. This is college football on WKTY.
The new WKTY Cares campaign, sponsored by the Kratt Lumber Company of La Crosse and Reinhardt Food Service, is the new way WKTY gives back to our community. Focusing on area programs that support our local kids, athletics, and those in need, WKTY Cares is aiming to make lives better in the Cooley region with targeted donations to local programs whose primary goal is also helping those in need. In October, the WKTY Cares campaign is proud to award Horse Sense as this month's recipient. Thanks to Kratt Lumber Company of La Crosse and Reinhardt Food Service.
Welcome back to college football. Drew Kelly and Terry Erickson live with you on WKTY 96.7 FM and 580 AM. Mobley about to kick this one away. For the Titans, 2 men back to return for UWL. Stubenik, one of them, standing on the left side, and the return out across the 15, out across the 20, out across the 30, and finally wrapped up on a great return out across the 35 to the 36-yard line. Trying to get a number there. Gabe Lynch again, the freshman, getting the duties on kick return team, doing a nice job.
Yeah, he followed his blockers well. Eli Tranel from West Bend on the tackle. Well, the script now is good distance, down distance on early downs.
Yeah, they've been following the formula. If that's been the formula, and if they're able to do it, it's been fairly successful for them all game long.
Yeah, good yardage on first and second down, and see if they a lot of time left at 9 minutes here in the fourth quarter.
3 receivers set, 2 left, 1 right. Now they send a man in motion and Studer to the left side. So 3 left, none right. Handoff is to Stutzman. Stutzman takes the right side. Good blocking, and he picks up maybe 4 or 5, and a second down and medium.
Yeah, like we mentioned, good yardage on early downs.
8:45 and counting in this fourth quarter.
Bryce Edwards. We talked about him earlier, an inside linebacker from Sparta on that tackle.
4 receivers set again, Stubenik and Studer to the left. 2 receivers off to the right as well. Empty set here for Kaiser Helterbrand. We'll see what kind of play they run. Here's the snap. It's going to be a fake quarterback draw, and it's a deep throw down the left sideline. Stubenik in double coverage. Incomplete. I think the Eagles are a little bit lucky that they get a third down here.
Actually, I had not seen that play, too. He looked like his knee almost touched the ground back there, didn't it?
It did.
It did not fool the Titan defense.
Nope.
At all.
They just ran streaks down the field and just great coverage by the secondary. 3rd and 5 coming up. 2 receivers to the left side and 2 to the right again. Once again, an empty set for Kaiser Helterbrand with 8:13 remaining. Eagles' lead is 6.
Target Cam Sorensen on the right side on this big third down play.
And they're going to go quarterback draw again. Helterbrand, very patient run. Now the ball is loose, and I believe that Oshkosh has it, and they do. So they tried the draw play, patient running, and then the blocks evaporated, and so did the football from the arms of Kaiser Helterbrand. And it goes back to Oshkosh. They've got it inside Eagle territory. 1 possession game.
Principal defender there, Troy Jandrin, who leads the team in tackles.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Titans at the 43 of UWL. Coming up on 8 minutes remaining in the fourth quarter. Eagles lead by 6. They led 28-10 at halftime. This has been a second half for the Titans so far. Eagles just trying to do enough to hang on this afternoon. Berghammer will get the play in from the sideline. 1 receiver off to each side. 1 back to the left of him. That's McCudden. Berghammer. No snap just yet. He takes the snap now. 3-step drop. Pressure is on from the backside. He throws to the right, and that is complete again to Carey. Carey breaking through a couple of tackles up the right sideline. Finally shoved out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Gain of 21 on that first play from scrimmage.
Got good protection, but again, the backside of the Eagle defense just giving the Titans too much cushion.
Yep. And speaking of taking what the defense gives you, that's been kind of the case all night for Kobe Berghammer. Just taking those under routes, if you can call them that. That one for 21.
Those intermediate routes have been a struggle.
Yep. Eagles substituting. Obviously, if the offense gets to substitute, so does the defense, so they take advantage of that. 2 receivers off to the left side and 1 to the right. Shotgun in the backfield, McCudden to the left of Berghammer. 7:15 to go in the game. Eagles 35, Oshkosh 29. Berghammer all day to throw. Just goes to the under route. Ball is loose. It gets out of bounds, thankfully for the Titans. Break for them, and it's going to be 2nd down at about 9 or 8. And they're going to say incomplete.
Yeah, a little assistance by the back judge on that particular play. Good job of officiating.
Good coverage on the back end as well. Just nowhere for Berghammer to throw it to. He had all day back there, but just not giving up the coverage for the Eagles secondary. Second down and 10 coming up. One receiver off to the right side, two to the left. McCudden to the left of Berghammer in the shotgun formation. Live here at J.J. Keller Field in Oshkosh, Wisconsin. Berghammer awaits the snap.
Good time for a sack.
Yep. They come with it in the middle. He's able to get out of the pocket, though, and it's going to be a run for Berghammer, weaving through the secondary and finally wrapped up at the 9-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for Oshkosh.
Escaped a possible sack with his feet, his quickness, allowed contain to break down, and
haven't seen that a lot.
Yeah,
kind of starting to see that more in this second half, Terry, but for most of this game, the running game of Kobe Berghammer has been non-existent, but that play just shows you he can be effective and he can be dangerous with his feet in those certain situations. So Berghammer looks to the sideline for the play call. 1st down and goal at the 9-yard line, inside of 6.5 minutes to go in the game. Two receivers bunched up to the right side, none left. McCudden to the left of Berghammer in the shotgun. Now they run the read option, and it's going to be the quarterback Berghammer leaping over an Eagle pile, and he's down to the 1-yard line, 2nd down and goal.
They faked the jet sweep.
Yep.
He ran to the boundary side. I thought he was going to score on that. Fortunately not.
Eagle defense a little bit out of sorts there. A lot of people were following the jet sweep action. And Tony Steger. See if the Eagles can stand tall here. 2nd down and goal at the 1. 5:47 left to go in the game. Long huddle. 3 backs. 2 fullbacks, 1 on either side, and then a pistol right behind Berghammer. Now they send a man in motion. McCudden off to the right side, and it's a run up the middle for Berghammer, and it is a tie ball game with 5.5 to go. A 1-yard touchdown plunge, and it's 35 apiece.
Ran behind Josh, the 6'6", 325 pound Josh Schreiger from Grafton for the touchdown.
Mobley getting set to kick the extra point here. He's missed 2 of them, 1 on a bad snap, 1 was blocked. See if the Eagle special teams can come up big here again. Snap, hold, kick is up, kick is blocked again.
I think
2 extra point blocks in the same game, and it's a tie ball game at 5.5 to go.
I think that was Ryan Daines on that block. It sure looked like 56. Shot the gap and
35 to 35. This special team is just, it's nuts as far as what they're able to do getting their hands on the football. They've done it all season long. So still a tie ball game with 5.5 remaining. 30-second timeout. We'll catch our breath. We'll be back after this. This is college football on WKTY.
You've been thinking on buying a new boat, but you're not sure where to store it until you finally get it out on the water. Don't worry. Powerhouse Marine has you and your boat covered. Now through November 1st, buy that new boat you've been dreaming of at Powerhouse Marine and get free winter storage. And right now you'll get the best possible prices on all remaining boats with free winter storage. Make boating and storing even better with Powerhouse Marine on La Crosse's north side and at powerhousemarine.com.
Welcome back to college football. Tie ball game at 35 apiece. Here's a Michalowski return from the 20-yard line. He's out across the 25 to about the 29. So that one was a kind of a pooch kick as well. Nice job by him to get what he can. It's 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Tie ball game with 5:26 remaining, Terry.
The way he got hit on that, it's a good thing he hung onto the ball.
Yep.
That could have been a pivotal play right there.
So Kaiser Helserbrand fumbled on the last possession, leading to that touchdown. Unfortunately for the Eagles, able to get the extra point block for the second time in this game. And now we've got Cade Garcia back in at quarterback to try to lead the Eagles, hopefully on a 5.5-minute drive, Terry. How about a game-winning field goal for Ryan Byrne?
That's what a Hollywood script would show you.
2 receivers right, 1 left. Shotgun in the backfield with Stutzman off to the right of Cade Garcia. And Garcia hands it off. Long delayed handoff. Stutzman keeps those legs churning, and he gets to the 35-yard line, and that's a pickup of 6 on the play. 2nd and 4.
Pretty good run. Carson Radich, 10 tackles from Fond du Lac, making the hit.
So the Eagles just have to maintain these second and medium situations and
absolutely
keep the clock moving, keep the feet churning, and you don't need those big chunk plays. You just need to...
No, you need good yardage on early downs.
That's what happens on the 1st and 10. We'll see if it can result in a first down on the second down play. One receiver left and two right. Stutzman off to the right of Garcia in the shotgun formation. Garcia takes the snap. Handoff is to Stutzman. Stutzman gets absolutely leveled in the backfield. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage, and I think he actually got a yard. It's going to be a gain of 2, actually. 3rd and 2 coming up.
Brandon Cogan again at 240 pounds. Made the hit.
3rd down and 2. Eagles are going to need this one with 4:18 and counting left to go. Crowd on their feet. Garcia looks to the sideline for the play call. 2 receivers out to the right side, none left. Stutzman off to his left in the shotgun formation. Garcia takes the snap, goes over the middle, complete. Marko Reykjavik for a first down for the Eagles. What a time to make your first grab of the afternoon, and that moves the chains.
He was our player of the game last week. Remember, 8 catches and 2 touchdowns a week ago? Came through with a huge first down.
Just over the middle, just flashed open for Garcia on a 3rd and 2, and he picks up 3 to move the chains for the Eagles. 1 receiver off to the left side, 2 to the right. Pistol formation to the backfield. Garcia, Stutzman right behind him. 3:32 left to go. Garcia hands it off to Stutzman. Left side is Stutzman. Up the middle now is Stutzman, dragging defenders and getting a final push from his offensive lineman inside the 45 to the 42 of Oshkosh.
I know I talk about it all the time, but Noah Coleman and left guard Ben Hildebrand with great blocks.
First down and 10. 3:15 to go. Clock continuing to run. As timeouts are concerned, both teams have all 3. 2 receivers right and 1 left. Shotgun again. Garcia, Stutzman to his right. Yost in the H-back on the left side of the line. And again, going to have to watch for that back judge as no play clock on the scoreboard. Now they'll line up in the pistol. Jack Studer goes in motion to the right side. Trips receivers right, none left. A little bit of a wide snap as it's almost a fumble on the play.
Yeah,
Gosh, it's a 2-yard gain there.
Hit hard right as he got the handoff.
And thankfully, Stutzman able to hang on to it at 2nd down and 9.
Geez, that time Mitchell Borkovic from Muskego with a hit. Ryan Burns thinking right now, I better get ready, huh?
Yeah.
Because he might call my number.
Pretty soon. 2nd down and 9. 2:20 and counting left to go in this game. 35-35. 2 receivers left and 1 right. Shotgun in the backfield. Cade sends Sorensen closer to the line of scrimmage. Handoff is to Stutzman. Stutzman right side. Good hold. Nice cutback move into the middle of the field, and Stutzman has a first down inside this Oshkosh 25-yard line.
Well, I'm sure the line coaches and the head coach saying to your offensive line, this is the time to shine.
Yep. Right now, I would say, Terry, you're in Ryan Byrne field goal range at the 24. This would be about a 41-yard field goal for him. But they definitely want to get as close as they possibly can. Trips receivers left, none right. Shotgun formation again. Garcia looks to the sideline. Biggest thing here, Terry, just ball security.
Absolutely. And I would not throw the football either.
You know they're going to be stripping for it. Now we've got whistles and a delay of game penalty. And again, you don't have that play clock, but you got to be able to look at the back judge.
Oh, why didn't we recognize that?
And that's going to shove them back 5 yards. It's going to be 1st and 15.
Garcia looking right at the back judge.
So that makes it 1st and 15 at the 29-yard line. And from here, it'd be about a 47-yarder. So going to have a couple of nice runs here, Terry, in order to get the football back to where they want. Now we've got, the clock stops.
Run behind Yostin.
3 receivers set, 2 left and 1 right. Yostin goes in motion to the right side. Shotgun to the backfield. Here's the handoff to Stutzman. Stutzman is hit at the line of scrimmage.
Nowhere to go.
2nd and 15.
Nowhere to go because my player of the game for the Titans already, Brandon Cogan, on the hit.
2nd down and 16. Timeout called by Oshkosh. We will take a 30-second break as well. We're back after this. This is college football on WKTY.
The 7th annual iFeed is Saturday, November 5th from 8 a.m. till noon at Logan High School. iFeed is a one-day event that works to alleviate hunger in the world and in our own communities. 7 area high school Interact clubs working together to pack meals to send to Norway for Ukrainian refugees and filling the pantries for our hunger task force. You can help out by organizing your own packing team or starting a food drive at your job, place of worship, or anywhere in your community and bring it November 5th to Logan High. More info on iFeed at AroundRiverCity.com.
Even if it's 4th down and you have to kick a field goal, you got to make them burn all their timeouts. Welcome back to college football on WKTY. Drew Kelly and Terry Erickson live with you this afternoon as we are coming down to the last few moments of this game, Terry, and the pressure and the tension have definitely ramped up a notch in these last 5 minutes.
Big drama here with 1:10 to go.
Ball on the 30-yard line of Oshkosh, 2nd down and 16. 3 receivers bunched up to the right side, none to the left. Garcia, actually it's Helgebrand. Helgebrand lowers his shoulder, gets about 4 back to the 26-yard line. It's going to bring up 3rd down and 12, and another timeout called by Oshkosh. We're going to keep it here for the time being. And
you can see his big frame ran over number 9, Schrerenbach, but not for enough for the first down. But now what? 3rd down and
1:04 to go, and I think the audience probably heard me and Terry discussing what we would do if we were Coach Janis and Coach McGuire, but usually Kaiser Helgebrand has been a very consistent runner on a lot of these situations. It just kind of worried me with that fumble. Would they go back to him? Obviously, they had confidence in him there. Brings up 3rd down and 12. And again, I think you just try to force the opponent to burn that last time out. Send your kicker on the field.
I think that sends a good message, giving him an opportunity to redeem himself and running the ball again. Maybe calling the same thing here or faking that step to the line of scrimmage with a fake run and throw. We'll see.
3 receivers right, none left. Helgebrand is the quarterback, stays in there with Stutzman off to his right. Number 8, UWL trying to survive Oshkosh. Have to throw it away, and it's going to be a sack back to the 34-yard line. Helgebrand just kept it too long, trying to get anything he could. And the final timeout is called for Oshkosh.
Not sure that was designed for him to stay in the pocket.
He just kept backing up.
But
that pushes the ball back to the 34-yard line. It's about 4th down and 8. 4th and 12, I should say. My apologies. So 4th and 12 at the 34. And this would be about a 51-yard kick for Ryan Byrne here, Terry.
I'm not going to do that in this situation. I'm on the coaching
And then the
staff.
thing is, you also, if it's missed, not to be negative, Nancy, but if it's missed, you give them the football at about the 40-yard line.
Or if it's blocked.
Yep.
And then you...
But they're going to bring him out. The West Salem native going to come out with 56 seconds to go to try to give the Eagles the lead. Let's see where they line up right now. It's at the 41, so it's a 51-yard attempt. Not much wind here at Titan Stadium. 4th and 17, ball at the 34-yard line. You can bet Oshkosh is going to be coming with all they have. Snap, hold, kick, on the way to the uprights. It is good, and Ryan Byrne from 51 yards out has given the Eagles the lead, 38-35.
You talk about confidence. His longest of his career, I believe.
Not even close.
And it was perfect snap by Schick. Garcia on the hole and right down the middle of Main Street.
Ryan Byrne, the West Salem native, gives the Eagles the lead, 38-35. Hope everybody has their heart medication on hand. Hopefully everybody has their Xanax on hand because this has just been, I know. I don't know how I'm going to be able to get this 2 hour and 45-minute drive back. I'm going to be jittery thinking about this game. And now here comes the tough part, Terry, because this offense for Oshkosh has come alive in this second half. 51 seconds left. They don't have any timeouts, but this defense is going to have to make a stop.
Well, can the Titans score with 51 seconds left? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's what scares you. Remember, a week ago, DJ Stewart won the game for these Titans on a 94-yard touchdown kickoff return.
Ryan Byrne will kick this one away. 51 seconds. And again, they do just have to get into field goal range. We've seen Mobley, the leg that he has. Fortunately for the special teams, they've been able to block a couple of extra points to get us to this point even.
So don't kick it to DJ Stewart.
No. Here's the run-up of the kick. It's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be a touchback, as just calling for a fair catch was Stewart, trying to preserve as much time on the clock as possible, and it's going to be 1st and 10 Oshkosh at the 25-yard line.
Well, now pressure up front, naturally, making darn sure there's not single coverage on a wide receiver on the outside, getting help from your safeties in the middle.
And Terry, what do you do on this defensive side? Because they've gone a lot of light coverage, soft coverage, and it's been a lot of intermediate routes that just killed them down the field.
Exactly, and that's why I do not think you stunt in this situation either.
So the Eagles trying to get one final stop. It was 28-0 at the half, 28-10 at the half. It's been a lot of Oshkosh since then. It's going to be a 5-receiver set. 2 right, 3 left. Berghammer in the shotgun formation. He's waiting for the snap. Trying to get this Eagle defense to jump. Here's Berghammer going to the left side. Intercepted on the play. Kate Osborne diving for the pick, and the Eagles take over. Oshkosh with no timeouts. And barring a catastrophe, that's going to do it here in Oshkosh this afternoon.
He underthrew. His receiver was open in that little window, and Kate Osborne, what was in the up defender, had help from behind, and it was underthrown right in his hands.
Cade Garcia leading the team down the field. Ryan Byrne kicking the 51-yard field goal, and Cade Osborne on the defensive side, who also has a couple of blocked extra points as well, to his credit, should clinch this game for the number 8 ranked Eagles. What a game. What a football game this afternoon.
Telling the umpire, I'm just going to go to one knee, says Cade Garcia. The umpire said, okay, I got your back.
Obviously no fighting. Just a lot of handshakes, great sportsmanship, just a fantastic WIAC football game. And the last couple of kneel downs will take place, and the Eagles are going to go to 7-1, 4-1 in conference play. Should be just one more, 22 seconds, and that's going to do it. UWL survives a heck of an effort in the second half for Oshkosh. They were game from the word go, and just a fantastic response mentally by the Eagles to maintain their composure and make the play when it was needed.
They did. I said in the pregame, I thought this could be a trap game. I was hoping I was wrong, but in the second half, it looked like, oh my goodness, I might be right.
And I don't know about a trap game. It's just two really good teams, you know?
Yeah, right. I mean, when you look at it analytically in terms of the records and so on. But the Titans proved to me, boy, they're a worthy opponent, and there's some success ahead for first-year head coach Peter Jennings.
There's no question about it. Oshkosh is going to fall in this one. They go 2-3 in conference play to this point, and the Eagles, we talked to Coach Janis in the pregame show. They're in playoff mode, Terry. They want to get to 9-1. They want to get that automatic bye in case Whitewater somehow slips up one more time, and this is going to be what it's like the next 2 weeks. I mean, this is going to be, hopefully not to this degree, but...
Are you telling me to make sure I take my
yeah, right, yeah. Yeah, you're going to be in lacrosse next week, so you can run back and get it at halftime or something if you need to. But
this is a state of euphoria for the Eagles and all the people that are
and look how much maroon we have in this crowd, too. I mean, what a crowd by UWL, bringing the fans here, 2 hours and 45-minute drive. And this was a heck of a college football game to be a part of here this afternoon. We're going to take a 3-minute break, try to get some stats and wrap things up from Oshkosh after this. This is college football on WKTY.
I'm Bill White with Maxwell White Plumbing.
And I'm Jim from SignPro. Bill had a really big project for us.
We run about 11 to 12 trucks. We have large trucks. Our trucks are 14-foot box trucks. They're big.
And that's not all.
And they've got toolboxes on the sides.
There's a lot of detail on those trucks, but my guys love a challenge.
It was actually easy for us. They had a tough job. They had to make it fit.
Putting graphics on your fleet can be a big job, but it's a great investment.
It's an investment worth making. It happens all the time. We're at a neighbor's house doing work. The next thing you know, the neighbor calls and says, "Hey, you're working at my neighbor's today. When can you get to my house?"
So, Bill, Maxwell White has been a successful business for a long time. Any words of advice?
Be bold. Stick out. Don't go cheap. And if you want people to see it, you got to have something that opens their eyes.
Go to a pro. Sign Pro. Call 782-3456.
The new WKTY Cares campaign, sponsored by the Pratt Lumber Company of La Crosse and Reinhardt Food Service, is the new way WKTY gives back to our community. Focusing on area programs that support our local kids, athletics, and those in need, WKTY Cares is aiming to make lives better in the Cooley region, with targeted donations to local programs whose primary goal is also helping those in need. In October, the WKTY Cares campaign is proud to award Horse Sense as this month's recipient, thanks to Pratt Lumber Company of La Crosse and Reinhardt Food Service.
Merv from Verve here. It's fall, so it's corn maze season, which means it's pumpkin spice loan season at Verve, which means I'm up on a post dressed as a scarecrow scaring away crows and loan payments.
You don't scare me.
Hello, Mr. Crow. Why are you on my shoulder?
It's what we do.
Well, what I do is help people make smart financial decisions.
Can I get a pumpkin spice loan?
Can you make a video call?
Did you say video call or video?
The first one. You can see and talk to a Verve lender from wherever you are. And right now, when you bring your vehicle loan to Verve, you'll enjoy 90 days no pay. We'll give you a low rate and instant approval.
I think I'll make that video right now.
The Pumpkin Spice Loan from Verve. Get started today at pumpkinspiceloan.com. Verve, a credit union. Federally insured by NCUA. Loan rates, terms, conditions, and instant approval based on credit qualifications, account relationship, and approval. Membership eligibility required. Subject to change without notice. Interest will accrue with the Pumpkin Spice Loan.
You've been thinking on buying a new boat, but you're not sure where to store it until you finally get it out on the water. Don't worry. Powerhouse Marine has you and your boat covered. Now through November 1st, buy that new boat you've been dreaming of at Powerhouse Marine and get free winter storage. And right now you'll get the best possible prices on all remaining boats with free winter storage. Make boating and storing even better with Powerhouse Marine on La Crosse's north side and at powerhousemarine.com.
Welcome back to college football on WKTY 96.7 FM and 580 AM. Drew Kelly, Terry Erickson live with you here this evening. And the Eagles come away with a thrilling 38-35 victory in a game that had two giant momentum swings, essentially, Terry, the first half and the second half. And UWL making just enough plays to come out of here with a win.
Pretty nervous time in the fourth quarter. I just thought this could be a quiet ride home.
Yeah.
But the Eagles coming through with a spectacular finish, and certainly Ryan Byrne, prior to today, his longest was 49 yards against Illinois Wesleyan in 2019. So
yeah.
He broke his record here this afternoon.
Take a look at some final statistics. Joey Stutzman goes over 100 yards again for the evening, or the afternoon, rather. 21 carries, 108 yards. Also, Brant Bowman, 5 carries, 43 yards. Max Dubinick, a carry for 5. And Kaiser Helterbrand, a little bit of struggle for him as far as not getting those high explosive plays. Got to give credit to Oshkosh's defense, though, for kind of corralling him. He had 10 carries, 19 yards, and a touchdown. But it was really the passing game, Terry, and we were kind of wondering what would be the difference. And it was that passing game that has, the last 2 weeks, really been the focal point.
Yeah, and I know the Eagles have worked a lot on it. Well, I said early on if the Eagles may be too reliant on the running game, but here this afternoon they went in another direction.
Take a look at the scoring, the overall stats. 399 yards for the UWL offense, 391 for UW-Oshkosh, so very even there. As far as the possession time, Coach Janis talked about they needed to get to 35 in 40 minutes. They got to 31-42, which was just enough time, as the Titans had 27 of 31. As far as the red zone, Eagles remain perfect. 7 of 7 last week, 4 of 4 this week. I know the defensive side that's going to be a little bit more of a tough grading for Coach Janis, but we've talked about it time and time again, Terry. You do enough to win, but you still have plenty that you can kind of look at your team at, like, we have plenty to work on. Let's just not rest on our laurels.
I'm sure the coaches will break down that defensive side of the football tomorrow. They spend most of Sundays breaking down tape and grading players and then getting ready for the next game. But when they grade Cade Osborne, they're going to say, boy, that guy, the senior from Eau Claire with 9 tackles and getting that interception.
Yep.
And by the way,
and a blocked extra point.
That's right. By the way, that's a good way to close out his career, hopefully deep into the postseason.
Yep.
But he, on the Eagles defensive end, he was my player of the game. And, of course, how could you leave this broadcast without putting Ryan Burns, give him a game ball?
Yeah.
Huh?
Great job by him. Great job on the pooch kicks, allowing the special teams to get down there. We talked about, obviously, Stewart had a great return for a touchdown last week. Really no chance this week, as they pretty much kept it away from him very successfully. And the Eagles once again make enough plays to come out with a 38-35 victory. Coach Janis talked about being in playoff mode. What do we say in the NCAA tournament, Terry? Survive and advance, and that's what happened here this afternoon as the Eagles come out victorious 38-35 against Oshkosh. I want to thank Teague Fenwick for our video feed. Thanks to Faith Rose for keeping us on the air. For Terry Erickson, I'm Drew Kelly saying so long from Oshkosh. You've been listening to College Football on WKTY. Have a great weekend.
I want to thank my mommy for loving me so much, for taking me out to the park, for reading me books, for taking me to the doctor when I broke my foot in ballet.